That's why I'm
begin
here,
with,
is to
I
prevent
died
that.
first.
Oh, of course.
You were all reminded
I'm gonna take the luck.
that because your group was second and that barbarian group was first, the barbarian group will be getting, all of you will be getting very lavish food this time. But Drew and the barbarian will be getting basically whatever they want. They just have to kind of ask and wait a little bit. On the grid. Just have to tell and then wait a little bit.
You know what they say. All toasters toast
Going to bed the next morning. You wake up, go to classes, very normal. Go to lunch. There's not really anything special about the classes. But yeah, Drew, just curiosity, what does Owen want for lunch?
No pressure.
I want... Crap, I'm trying to
A
think
bagel.
2 number 9.
2 bagels.
Number 9.
I want...
A number 6. Do you like pancakes?
Sure, I want good pancake. I want it to go to the ceiling. Amount of pancakes.
Alright.
I thought you were saying the pancake, just
1 pancake.
He wants a ceiling pancake.
Would that be a souffle? The pancake that's for the ceiling? Just get a souffle.
How do you get it without it?
I don't know.
Without it falling?
well, caving in. But yes, that too.
The same way they do with wedding cakes.
Very carefully.
They put a
But that's
disc-
layering. That's more than one pancake.
It's just
Oh, this is just one pancake.
one pancake.
A cake is just a bunch
Oh,
of
dear.
pancakes.
So, is there anything you guys would like to be doing during your lunch? Any conversations you want to have about the battle or anything?
I'm just salty.
We have like bags of ice because we're all like sore and stuff.
I mean, yeah, probably. And you all have very fancy food today because you did really well in the combat before.
Wait, did you all get your pizza?
Yeah.
I just noticed he had 2 pieces.
We're done.
Are you gonna get more, or are you gonna...
This.
If
I'm
I do,
just
it'll
asking
be for
before
me.
we
Before they attack you.
get something else.
Oh, go for it.
Okay, just want to make sure before we... And these cookies, I know Haley brought cookies, and then there's other cookies you can have in here too.
The tallest stack of pancakes ever was 60 tall, by the way.
60 pancakes?
But how thick was each pancake?
It
That matters.
didn't. It was like 75 centimeters tall. So they were 3/4 of an inch tall each.
It was taller than me.
So
I'm sorry,
that tall
I think.
each,
No, wait.
roughly.
75? I can't do math.
Yeah.
That's what you sound like. Okay. Yeah, so after lunch, you guys then head to Beast. And today is your day that you get a field trip. Air quotes, field trip.
I love
You're all led up the stairs for several minutes. It takes quite a while to get all the way up to the top. And you are led to the actual top of the tree where there is a very large platform that it wasn't visible from the ground. You can't tell that there's missing leaves there, but there's a very large wooden platform built among the branches. Up at the top, there are humongous nests that are probably 40 feet by 40 feet. They're huge. There are 2 of them, and then there's just the top of the king's palace is visible from the platform, and it's about the same height as where you guys are. Looking around, you can see there's forest surrounding most of the trees, and out to the northwest, all the other directions, there's basically just grasslands. To the south, there's some mountains. I've already pointed out to all of you where you are from.
I can see my house from here.
What you can see is the goblin camp right here, and then you can see the one on the other side, but it's barely visible because of how small they are. But that is the goblin camp that's been causing so much trouble for all of you, or for the town. So every so often, you've been told that every so often the town is being attacked by goblins, and it's causing a problem for them. So they will be having your class help with taking care of that. you've already been told about the diplomacy they've tried, stuff like that. And then you hear very, very loud footsteps while you're all getting to the top and looking around. And there's what you could call a man, a 20-foot tall cloud giant, walks up and
I look over at Doran and say, now you know what it's like to be us.
I feel insignificant.
Take into account that Shump is 3 feet tall.
How far do you think he could kick?
I mean, from as high up as we are, I don't think it matters.
Yeah, but you gotta set the record.
The rocks.
Yeah.
They're just playing fetch. You were led up by the ranger teacher, who I'm still going to be playing as for the moment, for the session. And he's showing you all, he introduces you all to Nothos, which is Noethos.
This is the giant?
Yes, this is the cloud giant. And you're all told that he's been taking care of the rocks at the top of the tree.
Rocks on the top of a tree, they're supposed to be on the ground.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Rocks
Feel
are gigantic birds, basically. They're huge.
Are they 40 foot by 40 foot?
No, that is their nest.
room.
They're
What was the
like
name?
20 by 20.
Oh.
Nothos. Noethos.
What was that again?
Nothos.
It's on you to know this.
Yeah, basically.
Wait, N-O-E.
Thos. He has pale blue hair that is the color of my nails, and like very, very
Is it
white
flowing,
skin.
fabulous long hair?
It's
Obvious
very,
one.
very
Fabulous.
short.
Oh, dang it.
He has bright blue eyes that almost glow, and it looks like they're very piercing through if any fog were around him. It seems like there's just a little bit of fog that trails around his feet, but the height that it reaches, if Strump were to step into it, you would not be able to see him, because it's
Tough
that
shoot
high.
jokes.
This entire time he hasn't spoken anything in common, but he does grumble a little bit in his own language. And he's just talking almost either to himself or to the rocks. So he walks around and he's very gently petting them like they're his pets.
Keep on thinking you need rocks.
So there are 2 of them that you guys can see, but as he gets really close to the edge of the nest, you see a little head pop over the edge, and then another one, and then 2 more,
Mine?
and there are 4 babies just sitting in the nest. And he walks away. He's kind of like the Hagrid of the school. He's the one taking care of all of these beasts. He walks
Does he
away.
have a giant spider pet?
No, he has giant birds instead.
Oh, okay.
He goes away. He comes back and he's carrying a bucket of what looks like just chops of meat that he's then giving to them. So what would you guys like to do while you are up there? Would you like to try and pet the rocks or be near them? You are welcome to, because they're mostly tame.
Yeah,
This
I'm
is
gonna
the-
stay away from the birds.
Yeah, this is the first time you've seen Doran nervous around things.
I'm going to go up and try to pet them.
Alright. Roll animal handling.
Oh crap, no, I'm gonna punch it accidentally. No. Okay, so it's this one.
Yes.
One.
Oh.
And,
3.
oh, there it is.
I'm calling for it.
So roll, or 20?
Put
Yeah.
that into the world.
19 plus, I got 21.
You're fine. Are you
I'm-
petting one of the adults or the babies?
I guess it's baby. Why?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, I was afraid.
No, I'm just curious.
You lost your other
That would have
hand.
changed.
Oh no.
It changed the number, but you still were fine. So you're just gently petting its head. A few other students immediately see, and
I'm like trying to, I'm like, hey, you want to pet it?
it's the twins. They think, oh, if he can pet it, so can we. And
Oh, that's a great idea. Please.
Fearless, the sorcerer, he goes up and he's very gentle and he does it very well. And Ilmail, the bard, he walks up and he just kind of laughs at both of you and then just reaches out and the baby just bites his hand. And immediately he's got a huge gash in his hand and is bleeding.
So I'm just quietly laughing.
I'm not quite.
I walk up and go, I get you.
And that's why you don't try to pet random birds.
Especially ones the size of you.
Right. So he immediately backs up and he was led to the back and the druid teacher is there and heals him. Because
Or I could have slapped him and killed him.
would you guys like to look over at the goblin camp that you will be eventually?
I am in the middle of the. I don't like heights.
Is that a yes?
Yeah.
I'm still petting the thing.
This is a very rough map for the moment.
Give me
but
that.
That's sticking up and just stay there.
Dude, just bring a stool.
I'm assuming there's a sticky note here for
Yeah, we are.
a good reason.
Yes, there's a
Bring
sticking up for
stool,
good
you
reason.
sit here.
It's for later, probably, for my memory's sake. So, basically, that is the goblin camp that you've been told about for all of this. It's just a very rough sketch of it from what they can see from the top of the tree. So it looks basically like that. It's a little harder to define what different things are on there, but the things that have a 3 on them, they are the towers.
Okay.
It's a defense tower. There's a very tall wooden wall that's made of just logs all the way around it that are then carved at the top to
Burn it
basically
with fire.
Yeah, basically. There's a giant bonfire. You can barely see it. Just kind of looks like an orange dot from where you are.
Ooh, there's your fire.
Well,
And then
that
there
could
are
just roll in the
tiny
table, yes.
buildings that are maybe huts or
Yes.
something. They're probably the houses. And then, because you guys can see it, it's much closer. I will be leaving this one out. It is the town that is at the base of the tree. You're told it's about a 2-hour drive away. Cart ride away. So you will all be going there soon enough, most likely, if you choose to. Yeah. So they basically just let you guys stay up there for the rest of the class. No, I'm not threatening you.
I will leave as soon as I'm allowed.
All right. Yep, they're not really keeping you up here. It's just kind of, if you're not going to stay up, then you can go do training early. Because the king's daughter is also staying at the center, I'm afraid heights. It's very visible. So, a lot of students leave early. The twins definitely leave early. They're very, well, Ilmail is very upset. Fearless is kind of picking on his brother, which is different because you've always seen them bonding and they're always agreeing with each other. But this time they're picking at each other like, wow, good job. You made us look like an idiot.
Awesome.
Or look like idiots because
I
we did
didn't
that.
know he was
I
stupid.
already thought they were.
They're chuckling a little bit, but yeah, they're still being kind of rude to each other. So then, for training, anything special you guys would like to do during training?
I would like to go up to the rich kids and see if we could do like a light sparring.
Alright.
He's trying to get us killed again.
Intense. Just.
I'm assuming you go right up to Aaron since he's more
Actually, I want to go
likely
to the princess.
Alright.
Weird flex, but okay.
She very shyly, slightly reluctantly agrees to it. And
Yeah, just nothing extreme. Just kind of practicing maneuvers, movements, getting her a little bit more comfortable.
she
A lot of
seems
place.
very unsure,
Yeah.
and she doesn't have much practice. But
Neither
she
do I.
has so much potential. There's a lot of potential in her. Anything you guys would like to do during training?
Go.
I'm beating up dummies.
Alright.
By that.
People are
means,
training dummies.
Okay.
Depends on if they get in my way.
Now I
This
know Owen has a fake arm.
Here's what
It doesn't
I
mean you need to call him dumb.
do. Do we?
Take his arm and run around with it.
Are you going to?
Do we have any? Is there an apple that I could
An
have.
apple? You could
Yes.
probably ask for one.
I get an apple, put it on my head, and tell Elizabeth, shoot it off.
Shoot me! Are you gonna shoot it?
Ray of Frost!
Alright, roll.
Does anybody tell me this is happening? Because I would not realize
This
it
is
unless someone
Probably
told me.
not.
Perfect.
Thank you.
An apple!
Just take advantage or no?
It's a very small target,
Yeah.
so yeah.
So roll with disadvantage.
Bro,
Well, I already rolled a 4, so that would have been 18. That would have been amazing.
Get hit right in the face. Oh no, the apple!
It's more
No!
So I rolled a total of 8.
Oh, there it is.
Oh yeah,
On my face.
yeah, you hit Owen. You don't hit the apple at all.
Ah,
Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh yeah, I don't remember damage, so I've got to bring the face.
D8.
I want to say that. Let's find out. Is
Where did
this?
you bring the cards? You have like 4
I
things to bring.
don't know. You think I'm smart?
It's just a D8.
Does it have bonus damage on there, or is
Nope.
it just D8? 1.
Alright, so you take 1 point of damage.
I have successfully poked you.
You are hit by this shard of ice right in the shoulder. It's in your bad arm too.
that's not the apple!
What are you gonna do? The apple kind of falls off your head and onto the ground.
I look, I ask Shump, hey, you're right.
Wait, what?
Do you have anything ranged?
Oh.
You.
No, unless you want me to bring my camera in.
Do it. Do it.
Okay. Yeah.
Seems like a lot of damage. I know.
That's definitely with disadvantage if you're gonna do it. Are you gonna throw your giant warhammer?
I don't think the hammer is a good idea.
Keep in mind,
If he puts the apple on his head.
the base of your warhammer is at least that big.
Like psychotic word.
Does it make a spell?
I don't know. I don't.
Shane is nodding with you.
I'm saying that's what would determine it.
Okay.
Anyway, after that, I just go back to target practice and stuff.
Are you leaving the apple?
On your head.
On my head.
On your head?
As long as
Oh, okay.
I'm balanced. It's falling off. And
Alright. You get a few looks from other students that are amused.
just have a start of ice.
And it's before leaving, one of the groups of 4th years, they notice it. They're a very fun group. They're laughing about it. Suddenly, an arrow comes flying from by the entrance of that floor, goes straight through the apple and pins it to the wall, and then it immediately falls off the wall because
I look
it
over
didn't
and
stick.
go, yeah!
The apple is stuck in the middle of the arrow. And you look over and there is, I know exactly who I want this to be, I just don't know where the page is. No, it's not Dio.
You thought it was this guy.
Man,
I know
wonder
exactly
who
who
it is.
it is. Yeah, I wonder who it is.
Yeah, I can't figure it out.
I was in the right spot. I don't have his description written in here. It's a human male. He's one of the 4th years. He was the one that was being pointed out. That was so amazing, right? Melanie last time, and his name is Leon.
I have no
I
memory.
mean, you don't know this from looking over,
I
but
didn't watch the video.
he has short but very curly brown hair and bright blue eyes. He's very lean, but he just kind of laughs and then
Liz's brother.
comes over, picks up the apple, and very gently pulls the arrow out, and like the feathers are getting caught a bit, and then hands it back to you, and then tries to dry the arrow off and put it back. Hello, Elizabeth.
Hi!
How was your training then?
I hit his shoulder.
Were you trying to hit his shoulder?
No.
No, that's alright. We'll get it next time.
The face next time.
Haven't gotten to sneak in any practice? Would it go like you wanted or no?
No. I hit someone with a dagger.
Good job. Have you guys done that? Seems like you're doing very well.
Thank you.
Keep it up. And then he just kind of head pats you and then rubs your head a little bit. And then he turns around and walks away. Alright, and then they go ahead and they leave for a while because fourth years don't have to stay the entire time. So, what would you like to do after that?
Okay.
Would you like to say anything to your party members? Would your party members like to say anything to you?
I'm still
As
beating
soon
up
as he left,
dummies,
when he
right?
left, I went, ooh. Like, clearly sarcastic.
I don't even realize anything happened, and I'm still sparring.
Alright. Yeah, your passive
Yep,
perception.
it's an 8. I see nothing except for what is pointed out to me.
It's me.
Mine is 9.
You pass it, you have a negative to your wisdom too? Yay,
Yeah.
I'm the only one!
So my intelligence is 9 with a -1, and my wisdom is 8 with a -1. So.
So, most of the third and fourth years trail out as usual. Some of the second years do as well, but the group of all wizards stays. And they weren't really practicing until that other second year group that was picking on them last time leaves. Just,
Oh, poor guys.
and then they stay, and it's 5:30, so you're all allowed to go ahead to dinner. You're told you guys can go to your rooms, you can go to dinner, you can do whatever you want. And they stay after everybody else has left.
Pizza and a nap. Pizza and a nap.
Sweet. So, almost everybody goes down for dinner. Are you all going down for dinner?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just said my
Yes.
plan. Pizza and a nap.
I thank the princess for sparring and ask if maybe we can do this again next session with the rest of our parties.
Do hope
Are you done with this or
at least
something?
soon.
I'm probably still using it.
Okay.
I'm
And
still
then-
eating my pizza.
And I say, you're very good. Don't let anyone get to you.
I just haven't had much practice. That's all.
Don't look now.
Yeah.
You clearly lost.
James, did you push him off the stool?
He said, don't look now. There's a distraction behind him. The dogs are barking and he fell.
Perfect timing.
That's beautiful. Seasonal, you head to dinner. There's that muscular group of being their rowdy selves again. They always are. After seeing what was happening during training, one of them asks for an apple, and then another asks for an apple. They all quickly
Yes.
eat, not eating the apples, and then run back up for training.
I gotta see this.
You're gonna go up?
Yeah,
Alright.
I also. I'm
All four of them
wonder if
did
they
go up.
too either. I'm trying to look like I'm busy, you know, like just like messing
Oh
with
yeah.
a bow.
Okay. So the barbarian and the fighter both are holding an apple. Both of them have one on their head. The cleric's just kind of there waiting for somebody to get hurt, but he's still cheering everybody on. So he's cheering for Tom and Jared, and then the rogue Mitch is just standing there, holding both of his daggers and trying to throw them at the same time into the apples. Let's see what actually hits. I'm rolling with disadvantage because it's at an apple. The one that's going towards Jared, is a nat 1.
Oh.
The second one had a nat 20, but it's a disadvantage, so it's a 6. So, the nat 1, it goes straight into Jared's stomach. Oh, the cleric immediately is running over there.
Target neutralized.
The other goes into Tom's shoulder, the fighter's shoulder.
I did that.
Yours was magic. This one's a dagger.
I mean, it's a training dagger or
Nope,
genius.
they would never. So immediately
They're not smart.
immediately the cleric is healing both of them,
You can get a chair.
and then they decide, let's not do this, and they go upstairs and go to bed, and go to their rooms. It's still fairly early, it's only about 7, and most of the people are still downstairs. But it's only 7, so they can be rowdy in their room for a little while and slam things against the wall, including each other.
Uh-huh. That's our wall.
Yep.
I like that one.
They're not gonna break the wall. It's fine.
Yeah.
If they succeed, I will be very impressed.
So would I.
How dare you?
I was spinning that.
What would you guys like to do after eating?
No,
Alright.
I already said it.
I don't know.
I'm going to ask around to see if I can't get a target for
Get a target?
the room.
Who are you going to ask?
The ranger teacher, I think.
Okay.
Is good.
Yeah, you go down to his classroom. It's on the same floor as the rogue teacher. He is in there. Would you like to roleplay it or not? It's up to you.
Either's fine, but we,
He kind of just goes into the little closet in his classroom and pulls out a small one that it has a very thin stand. It's like an art easel, but with the target that's about that big at the top. And he just kind of lets you take it to your room. He shows you how to set it up and everything.
yeah, I'll take that. I set up there.
I explore the school.
Yeah.
You're gonna explore the school?
Yeah.
That's a good
Alright. Are you gonna go up or down stairs?
What floor are we on?
From the cafeteria, you're on floor 8.
We can go down.
You're gonna go down?
Yeah.
How many floors are you gonna go down?
Oh, I don't know.
Find something interesting.
Are you going past the classrooms?
Until I find something interesting.
Do you think this
I
one?
don't.
What are you describing as interesting?
I don't know.
Oh, you need to
That's a
get the
good
maps
one.
out.
Secret passageways.
Yeah, secret
I brought the maps in case you guys.
Through the mountains.
Oh.
Yes! Apparently, Zach and Matt used to
That's
sing
not
that
good.
all the time during.
Alright. I don't know where this is. I'm not gonna put the whole board up, I'm just gonna put the maps up there. So if you're going down, that is the cafeteria. James, will you move the book towards you?
Oh.
This should be in order.
You need to move the mask, it's not centered.
There you
My
go.
arms are too short.
And the mask isn't even on.
That's right.
Hey,
So,
convenience.
cafeteria,
Cafeteria, yeah.
and then there's the druids that's upside down.
Oh, what's on this?
So,
Because I did do move it to that one.
yeah, there's the sorcerer's and warlocks, there's the air quotes guidance counselor's office, it's the sorcerer teacher. And then the druid room.
Who thought that was a good idea?
That's a good question. Oh, you're supposed to be charisma? So she has tables that are just covered in plants. There's potted plants all over it. And then there are a few very small, like, chipmunks running around in her classroom. The shaded part is grass that's growing in the classroom. The rest of the floor is dirt.
Okay.
So there are a lot of dirt things coming out.
What is the next floor?
The next
Ow,
floor
my
is rangers
knees.
and rogues. Yeah, same.
I know that one.
Yes. So there's a sparring mat up here.
Okay.
There are targets lining that wall. There are training dummies in here. Desks. Training dummies. There are no desks in this room because they were moved out into here, which is just kind of storage. Here is
She's just allowed fear and
There's
people
a-
get any for
none of the doors are locked.
That's awesome.
So there is a ledge
This is the best
behind the
school.
desk. It's 5 feet up, and then another 5 feet up, and there's just a big perch that's 10 feet in the air. There's about 5 feet between it and the ceiling. And then in here there is there are a bunch of bookshelves that are all covered in stuff. Would you like to go through the bookshelves and look at what's in them? Anything specific? Alright. This paper is just scattered. No! It's covered in scattered papers. It's very messy. Some of the papers look really old, some look very nice and like, clean.
You've been wandering for 3 hours?
The ranger teacher is kind of sitting in his desk, and he's looking at you when you go in the room, but he doesn't say anything. He's just kind of watching. The door is still open, but he's watching while you're in there. Kind of like, why are you in? What are you doing? Like, he's not stopping you, but he's watching, like, making sure you're not gonna mess with anything. This wall is just various like weapons, daggers.
Oh, we'll
Some
look at the
wooden spikes.
weapons.
You're gonna look at them?
Yeah.
All right. There's mostly daggers. There are 3 different bows. One's a short bow, and then 2 are long bows. There are 3 different quivers of arrows, and each quiver has different kinds of feathers in the fletching. So the one that's for the short bow, they're just white, black. They're very muddled colors. They look like they were just taken off of random birds. They weren't dyed or anything. They were clean, but they weren't dyed. The other 2, one has blue feathers, the other has red. There are also some wooden stakes that are spikes, whatever you want to call them. They're about 4 inches long, and then they go to a point. Stuff like that.
Vampire killing arrows.
Can I go to the next floor?
Yes.
I don't know, can you?
Go all the way down.
To the exit.
So
These actually do,
this
yeah.
one you are actually very familiar with, or you're familiar with your room.
Yeah.
So there is your classroom, and then there's the clerics and paladins. There are very low tables that it's like you could kneel at it and use it, or you could sit on it. Here's the wizards. These are just bookshelves. This entire room, the walls are lined with bookshelves. There are desks. There are 5 desks, and then the teacher's desk. Just like yours has a bunch of desks. And you have a few bookshelves. There are some extra instruments that are displayed on the walls. And then in here, you're gonna go in here. This little room.
Sure. What's in here?
There's a wall that it was pointed out to you for emergencies. You should go through it. So you go through, and there's shelves that they all just seem to have rings. They're not stacked or anything. They're just set side by side, and there are about 20 of them. They're all separate.
I would quote the big Lord of the Rings quote, but I don't know it.
9 rings to rule them all?
Oh, yeah. No, wait.
One ring to rule them all.
Oh, one ring.
No, you know the beginning spiel,
There are
like,
9 rings. I'm pretty
like
sure.
blank
There's
goes to
9.
the, like, this may go to
They
elves,
rule
blah,
them
blah, blah. I don't know what
All
though.
of them.
Yeah. You can do anything in that room?
And I pick up a ring.
You're gonna pick up a ring?
Yeah. I wanna look at it.
You're just gonna look at it?
Yeah.
Alright, are you gonna put it on? No?
Isn't weird. Wait. I'm sure Shumplay's necklace. That's the only thing she wears.
You can put a ring on.
I know I could, but what does it look like?
It's just this little silver ring. There's a
Huge
little bit
ring.
of etching on the inside, but it's not a language you understand.
Do they all look the same?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else in the room?
Except for a cart of cleaning supplies that seems like it moves a lot. And it's pretty tidy.
So move by itself.
Next
No. So while going past, you kind of pass the janitor, who's he looks at you a little confused as to why you're here, but he's not gonna do anything. It's just kind of like, why are you walking down the stairs? Okay, whatever.
Why are you walking down the stairs? It's so weird.
Like, why are you coming all the way down to the
Yeah,
4th floor?
Oh, she's still going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the last floor that I have a map for at the moment. What? For now, I know what the other floors are. I just don't have a map for them.
Oh, okay.
You get to this floor, and there's the monk's room, which has 3 just almost rugs just sitting on the floor that are smaller, and then one very large one. The teacher is sitting quietly with his head down. He's sitting crisscross, just
Go poke him.
thinking, basically.
Tripping over something, just making a lot of noise.
There are training dummies on the wall over there, and then there is one that is set aside for the teacher's use. That looks a little bit more worn, but it looks like it was nicer at some point. Like it was expensive. In the barbarians and fighters room, there are a lot of training dummies. There are 10 training dummies.
Why are so many people in there?
There are no desks. And there's a very large sparring mat in the middle. there is one desk. It's the teacher's desk. I can't see it. And she's not at it. She's using one of the training dummies. She's very loud about the fact that she's fighting it. Like, every so often she's yelling at it. Whether it be something obnoxious, like she's yelling
Die,
as
monster.
if she's in combat with something real, or if
What
she's
is
just
a
kind of
man?
going, "Argh!"
What's a miserable pile of secrets?
She doesn't notice you're even there.
Hang on, I need to see if I have anything
This
that
same
makes some
could
loud
be
noise
said
so
for
I
all
can trip.
religion.
Okay.
Your words
What
are
do you even have?
empty as empty your soul.
I'll be
I
honest,
don't know, what
that's as
spells
far
do you have? It's been a
That's as
while.
far as the quote that I
Wait,
know.
what?
What spells do
Did
you
the
have?
wrong word.
Oh, I didn't say
I
spells,
did,
I said
dang
like
it.
stuff.
Oh, what stuff do you have?
I don't have
Because
much.
some spells can make a very loud noise too.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any loud spells.
Just roll on the wild magic table and yell.
Yeah, you.
I don't have wild magic. Do I have anything?
True, deciding which cookie to take.
No, I don't.
Actually, that's
You don't?
a good idea.
Unless I just like.
Deciding which cookie to take.
Yeah,
Well, I'm not wearing anything loud either, so.
I stole a cookie.
Unless
Have
I
your
like.
guitar.
You have a guitar.
I did!
It's
It's like I could trip down the stairs, like, and my guitar could be making noise, so like really loud.
I mean, if you would like, you can make a very loud noise with your guitar.
Oh no,
I mean-
I'm tripping.
Okay, look, buddy.
Oh no.
Walking down the stairs, like, there's just a bunch of thumping.
Are you gonna go down to the third stair and do that?
Oh,
Like while you're walking down?
Well, I would trip.
Yeah, like I could just be like playing it. Okay. Roll a performance check.
It's gonna be on our next.
Wait, a performance to trip?
No, I want her to roll performance and find how well she is.
How well I trip?
How well you're playing. Unless you're gonna force yourself to trip.
I'm not gonna force myself.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and just roll performance.
I'm going to
Which
4.
one is that?
A d20 and then you add. There's one that says performance.
Which one is it? Okay.
2.
Did you really roll a 1?
Yeah, that's 1.
Oh yeah, you definitely tripped. You start playing and it is loud. And you start
Wasn't this
tripping.
the strict teacher?
There is a strict teacher, but there's several floors up. And you start kind of rolling, and you land on your guitar, but you land on
Oh, ow.
the big bass side of it, which is made of mostly stone.
Yeah.
So you definitely get hurt. You're gonna have a bruise.
The good news is you made them hear it.
You hear a very loud hanging sound as one of the strings breaks.
Oh
But then you hit. It's like you fell down one part of the stairs. So you fell down like 5 feet, and then you're at the next spot. But you're against the wall in the corner, just sitting there, kind of sideways on your guitar, like. What are you gonna do from there?
Can I feel myself? Am I getting spell work on me?
It will work on yourself. Yeah, you can hit yourself.
I only know to heal if I slap something.
Doing 1 damage each time.
Okay.
Damage
Wait, how
scales
much
with
damage
level.
should I take?
Probably like 3 points of damage.
Okay. What do I need to roll?
You
At
take
least 3. This is you
10.
falling on top of a guitar. Plus,
What do I roll for the thing?
I don't know.
1d4. It's a healing word. Is it healing word?
this one.
Which one is it? Killing word?
Cure wounds.
Cure was 1d6.
And is it?
This is
Yeah.
Yes,
This is
Yes.
6.
that is in fact a 6. You can tell because it's a normal die.
2!
Alright, so.
You didn't even do
That
that.
wasn't a 6.
You're
So
2.
you still have 1 point of damage. It took me to that.
I'm fine.
The monk teacher runs into the hallway,
Well, these are pink. I
sees
thought they
you,
were orange.
and then just kind of sighs and puts his hand in on his face, like, oh, why? Let me actually find this teacher, because I know I have Oh no, this is the one that I'm not good with the voice for.
He begins
Like,
to wheeze.
at all. And he just looks at you and, are you alright?
Are you alright?
Walk over.
Yeah, she just healed herself.
Are you alright?
I feel like a red mark on the side of my face.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yes, I'm
What
fine.
are you doing down here? You're allowed to be here, I guess, but what are you doing?
I don't know anymore.
I do not know who I am. I do not know where.
I had a concussion.
Oh.
I don't think this is.
He's floating.
I don't think they gave me a
Alright,
time.
well, this is the last floor of the actual school, so
No,
I recommend that you go back
Oh.
to your floors or to the lunchroom, something of that sort.
I'm going to slowly get up.
Okay.
Because, ow.
He's gonna just go back to his room.
I'm gonna go up to my room. We're going to sleep.
Okay.
Because, ouchie.
So you
I
just
fell
walk
down.
down, looking through every classroom, and then you trip.
Understandable.
I don't trip on any of the other stairs, just the last 5.
So while that's happening, what are you doing?
How loud is my falling down the stairs if it's on a stairwell?
Oh, it was loud. There are a lot of people in the hallways or like right at the door of rooms as you're coming up, just looking at you. A few of the students, a few would come down to lower classrooms just to talk to the teacher for something. Like the wizards have come down to talk to their teacher. That group of 4 wizards. So they're standing there. They're all just kind of laughing very quietly. The teacher asks you if you're alright. And then I'm assuming you don't respond and you keep walking.
Yeah. Can I go, are there strings in the bard room?
Yes.
Okay. There, I need to fix my guitar.
Yep.
I am going to try to get some of the cleric and paladins together and just talk so that we can have an actual class away from our teacher who does nothing.
Alright.
And it's just going to be a conversation between each other about
Now me getting a target seems a lot less.
about our religions and our
Alright.
faiths and beliefs and stuff. Just a conversation.
You find out most of them worship the very prominent deities.
Of course they do.
3 of them do.
He's a hipster
So,
paladin.
There's some moves.
Yeah, guys, why can't we
Yeah,
just
they're
all
like
be
8.
friendly?
So the figure Sue does not. He go on the back. He doesn't. He actually agrees with your philosophy of
Sweet.
worshiping all of the gods, but still wanting.
Oh, what was the prominent god's name?
It's Odin.
And then just Odin.
Yeah, it's just Odin.
All of who? Which one?
It's Moriar, the top second year, and then the bottom of the 3 second years.
Hortus.
Yes, and Nico.
That would have been
And
awkward.
who does Loman?
Loman actually worships Frey. He's not technically the god of spring, but
Are one of Odin's arms out of control?
What?
And
I
then
feel like this is a reference I do not get.
Okay.
Aaron and Chad.
yes.
I thought these were orange, but they're here. I got the orange.
Dude, I need the book.
Look at this.
You have to
I had the name of
That
the
is-
deity in my head earlier.
And then there's like
Monkey. Put it on the map or
A
no?
paladin who worships Loki.
None of them worship both here. Much as I wish they did.
Probably a cleric.
whatever. You never know.
Or was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Probably somewhere.
Yeah.
More orange.
Aaron worships Freya,
So there's Loki.
and
Okay.
then yes, it is definitely
get that
Norse
with
mythology.
Odin?
Yeah, you didn't get that with Odin,
I did.
and then
I didn't know if you were gonna stay with Norse specifically.
yes, and then, yeah, Chad. Chad
That's
actually
what Odin.
worships Uller, which is he's the god of hunting and winter.
Okay.
But as they're all talking, he says he's the god of winter, but all of them look at him, nod, and then start talking about how Uller's the only one who's really even closely, air quotes, assigned to a season. A lot of them are, they think about a certain event in the midst about the seasons. Like, Sif is thought of with Autumn because she has golden hair that Loki then cut, which is symbolism for the harvest, stuff like that.
Cool.
So
Kind of rude.
they all start talking about that. They all, for the most part, do agree with your idea,
Yay.
Mostly.
but yeah, Nico is the only one who's like even a little bit on edge about it, but
Mika.
even then, he's the only brave cleric. He definitely is. He thinks about it. He's like, yeah, we don't want people back. We don't want people dying because emotional attachment.
I don't know, man.
But at the same time, it's the life cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally understand what you're saying.
Put your
But-
role.
I'm not
I know.
saying that we need to bring people back from the dead. Immortality's a mess, as we can see with our fine leader over in the capital.
Shots fired.
Strikes illusions and all that. I do believe death comes for all of us. But while we are alive, we should protect those less fortunate.
Like the short people.
Nico kind of he nods as in he understands like where you're coming from.
Someone must put it
So you guys
into
just kinda
the cycle.
talk about
The
that,
strong
talk about-
trample the weak.
Myths and stuff.
That was really
That's what a lot
not
of
his
them
thing
talk about.
until later.
So Elizabeth, you immediately went to sleep?
Yeah, I did.
Alright. Owen.
I just got a target.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Are you gonna use your target?
I learned to jump on the way up. I'm like, hey, I got a target. Wait, what? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, she's limping a little bit.
Wait, get.
She's getting a little bruise on her cheek. I slapped myself too hard.
What are you beast?
I know, it's from hitting your face on the stairs. Oh, okay.
I will not use it today.
Alright.
I don't want to accidentally kill a guy.
In a room?
Yes, in the room.
Yeah.
That is the final.
What?
The rogue final. Hide this body.
Kill one of your party members.
The midterm. Alright. So, you all end up...
Making the body onto the stage.
Right. You all end up eventually going to bed. It's a very quiet night. Elizabeth, you wake up first.
Nice.
So, or of your group, because you're an elf. So, would you like to go get breakfast first? Library?
Breakfast and library.
Alright.
We're just gonna change it up.
So you
Yes.
go down for breakfast, and after yesterday with Owen's large amount of pancakes,
Yes.
she, I guess, cook. She makes pancakes again. Slightly out of spite. There are like 6 pancakes on every single plate. It's the fact that she had to make that many pancakes. Like, she did say that you could have anything.
Oh, is that supposed to say toast?
Yeah, she makes
A
pancakes.
bagel.
There is still the fresh syrup. There's a lot of fresh fruit this time.
Is there whipped cream?
Yes.
Kind of. It's a sort of whipped cream. It's not like the spray can whipped cream.
It's just sour
The
cream.
can that I have
The
in my
spray
fridge.
It's like
Oh, you
homemade.
said can.
It's
Okay.
not a spray can. Spray tan whipped cream.
No.
I'm scared.
Does it help
It
us?
doesn't
Doesn't
give
give
you
you
a
a
tan,
tan.
that makes you paler.
It's the opposite.
It helps
So,
your food prevent sunburn?
It's not what spray tan does.
It does if you believe hard enough and you stay out of the sun.
You stay out of the sun.
Alright.
Then the spray tan will protect you from the sun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and it's all mostly elves and half-elves. The ranger teacher is there again, like every morning. He's sitting at his own table. He's eating. He's basically watching, making sure people are being calm, but it's morning, so everybody's still kind of groggy.
The crazy people aren't awake.
Are you gonna sit at your own table as usual?
Yes.
Alright. Have to ask.
People are spooky.
Don't
Oh, that one.
assume.
I mean, I just hit him with an icicle.
Why are you scared of me? You hit me.
Because you're gonna come back for me with a vengeance.
So,
He did chase her around with
Dude, we just fought like 20
I don't know what he's
paladin.
doing.
We fought like 4
has
barbarians.
severe anxiety issues apparently.
Oh yeah, he also took out 3 people in the end.
I'm assuming you would leave once people are coming downstairs.
Yes.
Alright. So you then head up to the library and the 2 of the 4 from that wizard group are there, but it's not the elves this time. It is the female who's human and a gnome who's about 3 feet tall, very skinny. They are sitting at a table together. They are reading it the same way that the other 2 were reading, where they read a chapter and then like regurgitate everything about it to the other one.
Fitness crime, basically.
I
Yeah.
wonder what's gonna happen.
Are you going to look for a book or are you going to just listen to them?
I'm gonna look for a book to see if I can find more information about our drummer friend.
Alright. About her specific. Oh, okay. About her grandma?
Yeah.
Go ahead and hide.
Great.
How many grapes was there? I forgot.
3. 3.
Question, are we going anywhere today for class? Like, did they say that?
You were told you're taking a little bit of a tour in history.
Oh.
That is
Around the
right.
military
I'll
base.
save that then. 11.
11? You find some history books. You found a section. And you're not finding anything about Throckmorton.
You should be.
But you are finding about a few others
Oh
that
yeah, Sephiroth.
they kind of just ended up becoming an orchestra rather than actually fighting. Like, they're really talented at playing, but they're not all that great at channeling tone through it. So it's like they graduated, but barely.
Interesting.
You all slowly start waking up. You get your regular morning wake up at 7:30.
I'm still annoyed by it.
Yeah. I'm still annoyed by it.
Wait, I said. Oh no, that makes sense. Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Never question.
Are you guys going down for breakfast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Is everyone going down for
Were
breakfast?
you?
Yes. I think your mask is upside down.
I don't care.
No. It's just
I'm
big.
pretty sure the
it's just his
pointy.
face.
You know, the pointy part's going on the nose.
Yeah.
It has a wire in it.
Hmm.
It's just to go under your chin.
Okay.
Well, I have the wire part right here.
Yeah, that's where it goes. The wire goes at the top.
No, I'm pretty sure the wire's down here.
Is the wire down there?
Let's have it upside down.
You're a genius. Do it again.
You're the one who said no, it was
From
right.
here it looks fine.
She
Okay,
just
it
tried
does
to
look better.
defend you because you
I'm sorry.
See, that was your
Yeah.
first mistake.
Yeah. It looked fine from here. It just looked like it was really big. All right. So you all come down to breakfast. Owen, what is your reaction to the pancakes?
Well, turn your head.
What are you
You have a glitter on your head, but it looks
Oh yeah, you've had it for the past like 3 hours. I just didn't say anything.
It's been a lot longer than that.
Well, I saw it 3 hours ago.
I'm like, wait, did we win something else?
Didn't come out in the show.
She pushes the plate towards you, and she just kind of looks at you like, I did this because of you.
I look thankful, even though I'm like,
She doesn't look
"Ah,
very happy.
I did this because of you.
When I get down there, I'm gonna ask for I know it's just pancakes. I'm gonna ask for a smoothie or some kind of
Uno bananas.
Alright.
not pancakes.
Okay.
Because I don't like the sugar content.
Number 6
Alright,
today.
yeah, she had already like made a lot of pancakes and she had fresh fruit set aside for everybody. So she just kind of takes some of that and finds a way to sort of mash it and then sip it.
Perfect.
Like pushing it through cheesecloth, that kind of
That's
idea.
perfect.
Not quite cheesecloth,
Thank
but like
you.
straining it. It's soupier than a smoothie would be, but it's closer to juice, but it tastes.
It's
Yeah, that's my breakfast.
So the richer group in your class, they made it to the table first.
That's fine.
So they're all
No,
there.
they didn't.
Searless is kind of looking over and smiling a little smugly, kind of laughing. Aaron's sitting right across from him, and kind of just gently kicks him in the shin. Like, just kind of tapping him, like, dude, leave him alone.
Finally kicks
And
him
then
in the
looks over
shin.
and smiles at Doran. This big smile, like, the princess, she leans forward. She's on the
Can't see
same
my
side.
smile, but
And she
man,
just
you
kind of
couldn't
waves
smile.
at you, like, a little bit, like, hi.
I'm actually gonna go around their table, flick both the twins in the back of the head, and then go around and give the other two a hug. And then go back.
Aaron has a huge grin when you hug him, and he, like, wraps his arm as high as he can
Those
around
two.
you.
He's already tearing their party apart.
Yes.
The princess,
He's playing a
she's
monkey.
tiny,
He isn't the smart
so she
one.
just kind of wraps her arm around. She can't quite actually reach the other side. But she's got a little smile, which she's kind of like blushing, like, yeah, she's hiding her face a little bit.
She's being touched.
Yeah, it's kind of,
You-
oh, okay, this person's being friendly.
Oh no.
Hiding her face. Like, somebody's doing a nice gesture. I'm nervous. The twins both are glaring as you walk away. They didn't expect you to
Smile.
flick them. They expected you to just sit
Not
beside
even
them
that thing that-
and then try to talk to them.
Secret
Then you're all sitting at your table.
You consider not having 0 in athletics.
Oh, it's strength. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's acrobatics that you probably are better at.
Yeah. Acrobatics. Oh, don't I have a 5 in that.
Yeah. What would
Okay,
you guys
yeah.
like to do during your breakfast?
I was 6 in athletics.
Ah.
Wait, what?
What would you like to do during your breakfast?
Eat, preferably.
Yeah. You gonna
Usually
talk
what
or-
you do.
Chat.
No, I'm not gonna talk.
Okay,
Why
okay.
did I do?
You gotta bond with your
That's the
party
right
members.
idea.
Wait,
Chum doesn't
wait,
bond
is
with
Elizabeth
anyone.
at the table or is she in the
Is
library?
Elizabeth at that table?
No, she's at the library.
Alright, so it is the three of you.
Perfect.
Fascinating books about people who suck at being bards, but they're good enough.
They're good at music.
Good enough.
They're just not good at channeling through their
Yeah,
music.
so suck at being bards, but good enough.
Okay.
They decided to just form a
There's other
band.
ways
They're
of being
still
a bard.
really good bards.
They're good
in the sense-
musicians.
Yeah.
bards.
Right.
Not
Just
good
not
magic
spellcasting
bards.
bards.
Not good.
Yeah.
Band.
They
That was
basically
a
became an
reference.
They
orchestra.
became a band.
What?
They became a band.
Yeah, they became an orchestra. It seemed like when they joined, they all joined at the same time. It was 4 of them that basically joined from being a garage band of teenagers that are now this amazing orchestra.
And I'm the only one who knows about it now.
The
the
only
party.
one of your party, yes.
The only one who-
The only one that cares.
The only one who has the knowledge.
Yeah, it's the group of 4 guys. They seem like they're really tired. They're not as rambunctious as normal.
That's a big word.
They're all sitting in their chairs. The cleric has his head in his hands, just staring at his food. The fighter and barbarian are both talking quietly, and then the rogue is just looking at them, kind of glaring at the other 2. He's not talking, he's just kind of glaring at them while he eats his food. Just like, I hate you. I hate you both.
What's up?
He's probably upset because he did that and they told him. I would do it, but I didn't see it happen.
I go to the lunch lady and ask for another apple. Hopefully she says yes, but I kind of started something, so.
She reluctantly gives you one because there were some already set out. She just looks a little confused.
And then I go and bring it over to them
Okay.
and say, do you guys look sad? You know, always cheers me up. A good apple. And just walk away.
The
That was
barbarian
the most
inspired.
awkward line I have ever said.
They start laughing about as hard as Abby is. The barbarian falls off of his chair. He's clapping his hands and he's laying on his back. And then he goes, oh! And then stands up and is holding his back like he heard it when he fell or something.
I think they liked it.
The cleric is sitting there. He smiles a little bit, but it's the I'm really tired, but that was funny. And the room just picks it up and looks at you And then he realizes you're the one who had the apple on your head yesterday.
Apple buddies.
And he comes up and puts it in his pocket. Like, alright. And then they all start actually having conversations together. They're still pretty quiet. They're not nearly as rambunctious as normal.
The apple did cheer them up.
The apple did cheer them up.
Apple.
So
They're
throw
still
an
not-
apple at him if he's not feeling good.
Wait, it cheered me up?
An apple.
You
a
said
day
it
cheers
does
you up.
cheer you up.
Oh, parents.
You
Oh, I
Oh,
did
wait,
say
you
that.
did say that.
Yeah. That's gonna come back upon you.
It's
There was
gonna-
no deception check, so you were telling me.
There was. Yes.
He just really likes apples.
They cheer me up. That is now a feature
Yep,
of my
that's
character.
alright.
This is
He
important.
likes
I need to write
apples
it
now.
down.
I'm gonna write that. See, that's what I have watching the session for.
Features and traits. Likes apples.
Shemp will now keep all apples from Owen.
Good. When like
From
in the
Owen.
future,
From Owen.
in the future, something
That's
tragic is gonna happen, and it's just apple.
Apple.
Set it in front of him. Be like, you want an apple?
You gotta throw it at the back of his head. Apple.
So
What?
you have your regular breakfast. Eventually you get the call in your head of it's time to go to classes, and you all head to them. A lot of the classes seem like they have higher energy, except for those 4 guys. Because a lot of people, they left from training or they were just messing around during training, but those guys were actually being serious, and then they stayed up being rambunctious all night. So every so often in the middle of the night, you guys would hear a big, very loud thud on your wall. And then you'd hear, will you stop? From the ranger, or from the rogue. So,
Thought these were soundproof walls. How loud is he?
Wait, where are you guys?
they are on the other side. So they don't hear it, and you guys never
It's very
Yeah,
loud.
they're in the girls' side. Yeah, your classes are pretty normal again. Shane's getting very bored of his classes. He's like,
Stinks.
all of the
Hate my
paladins and
teacher.
clerics are getting very bored with it, and at that point, most of them just get up and sit in the middle and start talking about the same conversation.
Yes.
They're done.
I've
They're like,
started
done.
something.
The teacher, eventually, he's sitting on top of his desk rather than sitting in the chair.
Well, he wouldn't be able to see us if he was in his chair.
Right.
So
He's sitting crisscross, and he's just kind of listening to you. He's not saying anything. He's totally fine with it. He's listening to how you guys are speaking, like, about what you guys believe versus what he believes, because he then, like, eventually he joins in with, he's always thought of just worshiping the deities. He has to depend on them for everything. So, he spent so long of his life, which was about 30 years, in the wilderness, just relying on what was brought to him by the deities, or
Didn't hear that.
small animals that just kind of came in, and he was like, this is a gift from the gods. Yeah, yeah, basically, that's how he lived for about 30 years, and now he's here, so he doesn't understand a lot of the modern tendencies.
Oh, it's a kitty, a pet.
But he seems to slowly agree a little bit, like,
Consume.
okay, yeah, I can see this, like,
cool.
so it looks like he's slowly getting it, but he's still kind of a little behind. He's a little slow. You guys spend the day playing quietly. They emphasize that you guys play quietly for this day. If you would like to, you can.
Wait, what is
No, I'm not gonna risk
If you roll, then I'm gonna have both jacks roll.
You
This is
send the
my
entire
fault.
class into an uproar again.
If you roll, that's up to you.
I gotta decide.
Probably.
No matter what you roll, both jacks are rolling.
Okay. I probably won't.
Alright.
Okay, wait, is it high? They're loud, or
No, if it's high, then they're staying quiet like they were supposed to. And
If it's low,
They're actually
we're
doing
being
well.
loud again.
yeah, if it's low, then you guys are off key. It's really loud at wrong spots.
You get another nat 1, the entire class.
It's
goes
like
down
when we
again.
had to sing Feliz Navidad in junior high.
that
Feliz Navidad.
Yeah,
was bad.
with the mustache falling off and everything. that happened during the Christmas program.
That was bad.
It would be something
Oh.
similar to that, but with instruments.
Haley, we
Yes.
sang Sleigh Ride this year.
Oh no. What
And
happened?
at some point at the end,
You guys got to sing Sleigh Ride?
yeah,
You
we
did it?
did. And I think at the end, Gavin dropped the bells for a second. Because he was doing the bells and he was doing like the clippy cloppy things.
I'm still salty that we didn't get to.
Yeah.
That's a long name.
Our class wanted to.
I wasn't even in music that
No,
year.
you weren't.
That was great.
You would have been. They would have. Yeah, she would have let you.
I didn't want to be in music.
No, just for if you just wanted to do Sleigh Ride.
That's a
If
trick.
we would have done it, that's what she was gonna do.
That's a trick to get me in there.
Yeah. So you guys have your normal classes, and then
I didn't even know the music teacher's name that year.
Miss Chidali.
Chidalik? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that was her. She was annoying.
You guys go to lunch, which this time she did a lot of preparation for this one. She actually made
Something
full
that you
ravioli.
would
She made
She has plenty of reason to hate
Homemade
specifically
ravioli.
me.
She made brisket, like she cooked it for so long. And you could smell it all morning, but it was very faint because she had everything shut. And then there's just a very nice salad for the people who don't want to eat meat. So that is what you guys get for lunch.
Yeah, you love it.
Animalistic
Ravioli. What's in the pocket only?
Jordan's got like 4 plates of brisket, that's it.
You gotta put some of it in your pockets for later.
Nope, it's all gone. I almost look like the jock guys. It's one meal.
That's okay, there's that one barbarian that's
Yeah,
in one of the other
Goliath.
classes. Yeah, I don't remember what year he is, but oh yeah,
Second.
he's second year. He's definitely got a lot of food.
Yeah.
He has several plates of all 3 things,
Yeah.
but he kind of hands off one of the plates of salad, like, okay, this is
I
for
also
her.
get an apple.
Every meal.
Every meal he's gonna get an apple.
An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
An apple a
Yes.
day keeps the Owen happy.
Sorry I interrupted you guys, I just thought of
You're
it.
fine.
I'm going to attempt to move our table
Hour.
next to.
An apple an hour keeps Owen in
Okay.
power.
I'm gonna push them together.
Yeah, it kind of scoots a little bit against the floor, but it gets over there. It's a little bit heavy because it's full on wood bed. It's right there immediately. Cyrillus stands up, and he was close to your table, and he switches with the princess so that she can sit on. So she and Aaron are now sitting on the side by you guys.
Expected.
I give them an apple as a olive branch.
Who are you giving it to? Are you giving it to one of the twins?
Guess I'll give it
princess,
to Egg, I guess.
You're gonna give it to Egg.
Yeah, as
Yes.
an olive branch.
She just kind of
This is
smiles
a big thing.
and picks it up and puts it right in between her and Aaron. And she's just kind of looking at it for a second, and then she looks down and slowly, like quietly eats her food. She's sitting very straight, eating very small bites, like
This
she's
is
trying
a
to
big
be overly
sacrifice
polite.
for me.
I'm
Aaron-
doing the opposite of the princess and taking large
Very large.
bites.
So you're eating like yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron's smiling
Very
at it,
messy.
and he just looks at you. He does a little bit of finger gun, and then, and then he eats his food. They're all 4 of them seem to be eating like they're very refined, but Aaron's like very relaxed now. The twins are both still sitting very prim and proper, like they refuse to use their fingers for anything while eating except for silverware.
Hamburger.
So, nope, they are the kind of people who would eat pizza with a fork.
Hamburger. Fork.
That's how they eat in Europe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's unnatural.
and sometimes they do it.
How do
It's
they get the
weird.
entire hamburger onto the fork though? Then it'd be like going to the handle.
They also put sauce on top of it.
Oh yeah,
That's
I've
reasonable.
seen that.
If you're only using a fork, that's reasonable.
Yeah. Yeah. So you all sit together. They're
It'd have to be very
pretty
well
peaceful.
cooked.
Are you sitting on the same
Small
side as
piece.
the princess or is Aaron?
Probably the princess if I
Okay.
can.
She's sitting a little further away from Il-Mil than normal. Like she's sitting closer to the edge, as if she's trying to be closer to your guys' conversation that's not happening. Aaron just kind of looks at you and, so what are your guys' names?
My name is Jeff.
Very shocked coming from Elizabeth.
That's so out of character for her.
Roll performance, how about that?
I'm gonna introduce everybody.
Okay. Yes. So, Aaron, he says his full name, but it's in Elvish.
I understand that.
I don't.
I do.
Yay!
It's a Valseron,
In Bosseron.
No, no.
and then he just smiles and, but I go by Aaron.
In Bosseron. That sounds cool.
He is definitely human, but he talks like he has been around elves all his life. Like he has a little bit of the accent, but not much at all. Yeah. The twins are kind of ignoring you guys. Like they're having their own direct conversation, facing each other very directly, not making eye contact with any of you. Every so often, they look over to say something to Aaron, and then see he's talking to you guys. Sigh, and then start having their conversation
They
again.
look like they use an apple.
I'll get to it eventually.
Let's see if they actually notice. Yeah, the group of jocks, they all notice that you guys are all sitting together, and you guys want to join us? Yeah. And they pick up their table. They don't scoot it. They lift the table, move it to the edge, set it down, and then all sit down. The twins immediately both just look at each other horrified. Like,
Is it on the
why?
twin side?
Yep.
Yes!
They are now sandwiched in between all
Oh,
of you
it's
guys.
amazing.
So,
I'm just gonna pet Kyle on the edge. I don't need to pay attention to this.
okay. So Elizabeth is sitting there, having, like, kind of the air. It's just sitting on her shoulder. Like, there's nothing there. But Elizabeth, you see Kyle almost in a spectral form.
Kyle.
Yeah, you guys don't see anything. There's nothing there.
There's an orb with your name on it.
Are
Oh
you,
no!
Elizabeth, you okay? You trying to wave to someone or?
You guys are in the corner. She's going like this, and her back is to the corner. And she's just gently
Okay.
cutting the air.
Wait, you up? Okay. Super awesome.
So, what would you like to talk about with all of them? Anything?
Fitness grand pacer test.
Okay, guys, I read this awesome book about cats.
Stop from fucking
I'm leaving. Stand up and
Okay, I
walk
guess I'm
away.
not gonna talk.
And then those are just me.
Okay, when he does that, I stop and me.
I turn around and walk away.
She very much looked a little bit sad when he got up. Like, oh, he's the one that I was okay with talking to because I know better. And like, you sit back down and she looks a little bit relieved and starts having the conversation with you guys again. It seems like she's becoming a little more relaxed. She's not sitting up as tall. Like, her posture isn't nearly as straight. It's just kind of like she's slowly slouching a little bit more. And then there's not a back to the chair, so eventually she puts her elbows right on the table, very reluctantly, but she's seeing, like, all four of the guys, the burly guys are doing it. They're all hands all the way on the table. They're all full man spreading, like, they're leaning in to talk to each other and to talk to you guys. And she looks and she just kind of, she has her knees very tightly put together, but she kind of just sits like this, and every so often she moves her hands like she doesn't know what to do. But she's having the conversation. The twins are still sitting there glaring. They just kind of look at each other and they're just...
Maybe it'd help if they talked about the fitness grand pacer test.
So I'm gonna look over at these guys and. Okay.
Which one is
I
these
think-
guys?
Well, are they
Yes.
near each other or?
Yeah.
These guys?
Yes,
Yeah.
these.
So,
I was gonna say humans, but
You're
these.
I am not
probably next to me, and they're probably on the other side of the table.
The two female people, the
Yes.
two
Guys,
guys.
the library and all.
Nope.
Yes.
Oh, cool. What did you learn about or read about in there? You don't have to recap to me. You can just. I'm assuming that he doesn't have to recap the whole thing.
yeah, they do nothing.
At least not
The
here.
princess just kind of like, she looks a little bit excited. I was reading a little bit of our history. And yeah, about one of the lords, and then I got into a book on foreign policy and what the kingdom's going through right now. So yeah, when I go home to visit, which isn't really very far, honestly, since I technically have lived here all of my life in this tree. You know, the palace being here and
Jazz
everything.
music.
What?
The jazz music.
The jazz in the background. It was fine, man.
I thought it was perfect.
Yeah, tomorrow
Jack, stop with the trumpet.
No, it's pretty
Which
good.
Jack? It's both Jacks. We know it is.
Yes, I know.
Dude, that's some soothing music.
Yeah, when I go talk to my dad, I'm gonna go talk to him about it tomorrow. I mean, we all get a free day tomorrow, so.
Oh, you get free day.
Yeah, there are 6 days every week, and tomorrow is the 6th day.
Oh, you know what you can do with the free day?
Yes! Just more apples!
So she seems like she's very determined about this now.
If there are a bunch of apples
She's
on
spent
there,
a
that's
lot of time
good.
thinking.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good question. On this map, how far of a journey is it to the other?
7.
The tiny city that's really close, like the one that I pointed out at the beginning, the one that's right by the base of the tree. This one is about 2-hour cart ride away. So the others are quite a far distance. I haven't done the map for all of it yet, but yeah, eventually I will have estimates for it.
I was wondering.
But it's about 50-ish miles, I think it was, maybe. I don't remember. There was a number. There was a number. I think it was like a horse can travel. A horse-drawn carriage with 2 horses and 4 people on it can travel an hour. It takes them an hour to go 20 to 30 miles. So it's about 50 miles to the city at the base. But you can very quickly see it. Yeah. After lunch,
Field trip.
yeah, you guys have a tour. The big burly group, they sit up and they act like they're about to move their table, like they're getting ready to pick it up, and then they look over at you guys and they're looking to see if you guys are going to move your table up or not.
I think we should let someone else do this for us.
They smile, they just set it back down, they leave it right there, and they're going to leave all 3 tables together. And the twins are the first 2 to leave. They were already gone. They went directly to some tables on the other side near the entrance to wait for when it's time for the field trip.
Bye.
Yeah.
Nice.
The barbarian fighter teacher who teaches your history class most of the time, she comes into the room, into the lunchroom, and in her German accent that I still can't do, she starts talking about how you're going to have a history, or a tour for history of the military base that is below the school. That if you would have gone another layer down, you would have gotten to.
If I hadn't
You wouldn't have been able to go anywhere, but you would have found it. Yeah,
Shot on sight.
she leads you down there. And are you guys going to be in the front, in the back, in the middle?
Wherever
It's just the first years.
our friends are.
That's not
I'm
very
gonna
good.
be
My
in the
friends?
back.
I should probably say my friends.
Our side door.
Whoever my friends are.
But we all are
Well, in the
friends.
front.
You're gonna be in the front? Alright. So, 3 of you are in the back.
American.
Owen's right up in the front, unless you want to be with Owen. The princess is staying in the back, and so is Aaron. The twins are right in front of them. They kind of want to go to the front, but they're not. The burly guys, oh, they're excited. It's another field trip. 2nd day in a row they're getting a field trip. So they're almost running. And then the barbarian teacher, the day before you got to go up to the top of the tree for the beasts class. So they're almost running, and then the barbarian teacher, she turns around and she just snaps at them, and immediately the barbarian he stops, and the fighters stop. The cleric and rogue are kind of laughing at them, and then they look at the teacher. They seem like they've been yelled at a couple of times for being rowdy around her, and she's not having it at all. So she's kind of shaping them up and making them listen and not be rowdy. So every time they start to get too antsy, she just looks at them, and they immediately like back down a little bit, like okay.
What's a JoJo reference?
So you're led down, and she does actually talk about how she's always been called Veronica. She's General Veronica rather than General Marsk. So.
That's because no one can say Marsk without keeping it straight.
I can. It's
Marsk.
M-A-R-S.
It's too fun to say though. Marsk.
Yeah, are you saying this in character? Because
No.
Dude,
yeah.
you would get slapped.
General Veronica. Why? Why did I
Marsk.
ask?
Why have I always been Veronica?
Yes.
Because of how young I am. Because of how young she is. She is actually like in her 30s. She's very young. While you guys are walking through, you're on the 3rd floor, and she explains how there's not an exit of the stairwell to the 2nd floor because it's the military base. The bottom floor there is because that's how you guys get up. But the 2nd and 3rd floor are the military base. She walks around and slowly is showing you guys old battle maps that are still out, that are from the past battles of Ahoran's Sayafura, which they were on the side of Sayafura, which there's a very weird outline of it on the map eventually that's unfolded. She's slowly talking about that war. She actually took charge when the general was killed during battle. Nobody knew what to do. It was almost like they were starting to crumple and lose hope. And she stepped up and was like, no, we're doing this. And they ended up winning.
Weird flex.
Yeah.
So,
That's awesome.
she's talking about this, and a few of the guys that are actually in the military, I guess, for this continent, they're walking along, just keeping an eye out, watching you guys, making sure nobody sneaks off. And it's just the first years, but they're acting like somebody has before. She starts talking about how a few people have snuck onto the military base and then snuck around it. That's actually how a former student became a student and then a teacher. She just smiles. Yes. And she I'm sure you can figure out who that one was.
I can't.
It was the bard.
And she smiles, and she slowly is walking around talking to introducing you guys to a few of the lower commanders, stuff like that. People who are like a rank below her, who are there for you guys to meet, but they don't live here. They live in either the capital, which is close to the edge of the town. It's over here, and then the others are from the south, which is closest to the most of them are from down there, purely because that's where they have the most of the goblin issues. But they're also here right now to make sure you guys will be safe when you are working with goblins and such.
That's what we call it, working with them.
Yeah, we'll call it working. I mean, you don't have to fight them.
If they're gonna be sitting back while we rush through the valley, killing all the bandits. Oh wait, wrong game.
Yeah. Eventually, she leads you down to the 2nd floor, and it's just it's like actually being shown a tour. There are paintings of old generals and stuff. She points out their names and everything. She doesn't seem as interested in this part. And then she leads you back up, and she leads you up to the 3rd floor, and then stands at the door of the stairwell once you are all inside of the stairwell, and dismisses you, and tells you you can go ahead to your training. So.
Don't think this might actually be something you just haven't even thought of. With my background, I have a song that I can sing or hum that is a call sign for people of my parents' order, the rebellion thing. They don't if I'm humming that throughout, do I get anybody responding?
There's one. Are you humming it through the entire thing?
Yeah.
There is one from.
It's only those of us that would know it.
Yeah, you're from that northmost city. Only one of the commanders seems to have any reaction to it, and he just has a little grimace at first, and then he shakes his head a little bit and continues.
Tisk, tisk.
Okay,
That's it. None of the others seem to even recognize it.
perfect. That's all I need to know.
Yeah, you guys are then dismissed to go to training.
Go beat up dummies again.
Yeah? Well, it's day 5. It's the end of the week, the end of the first week. So the principal's there, and he calls you all to go to your soon-to-be official groups.
I wonder what the groups are.
Yeah,
I can't figure it out.
You all, I'm assuming the 4 of you clumped together.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah,
These
well,
3 are like the only 3
right?
that Trump knows.
The
Don't really.
princess,
Close-ish to the other groups.
the princess and Aaron look almost as if they want to join, but they have an obligation. Like they act like they're going to step over, and both of the twins are like holding on to one of them, and like holding, like their hand or their wrist, like they're holding Aaron's wrist.
Hands.
It's less of a I'm keeping you over here, and more of a like
Don't leave me.
It's less of a, okay, we're friends,
yeah.
more of you have a job to do.
that,
Oh.
yeah.
You are
Finishing this.
Or we have a job to do.
Yeah.
Our job.
I hate those two.
Me and he said you later.
So,
Owen doesn't hate people. I hate those two.
I
yeah.
highly dislike.
Literally one of my personality traits. It's hard to get on my bad side.
Oh,
Yeah, you're all given your official groups. It's just
Your
the 3 of you that
hands do.
are claiming, the 3 groups that are claiming yours. You're told that
You know what? You have a point.
if you would like, by the end of next week, if you tell the principal, hey, our group has an official name, they'll tell you by it. But you don't have to come up with one. Just any time before the last day of the week. Then, as long as you tell them, this is what we would like our team name to be, before that day, then they will announce it on the 5th day of the week.
Team 3 star.
The golden hand.
That's not a thing.
Golden hand.
It'll never be a thing.
What?
What do you think? What do you
Wait,
think?
why we put?
You
Oh,
have-
snap!
What do you think? What do you think?
That's awesome.
What do you think? And then we can all get bracelets.
Oh, snap.
I'm
Do it.
You wouldn't need to, but
I don't, but I want one.
Are you saying that out loud that we
We
can
all
all
have to put
have
her on like,
Do-
our right
Show-
You
hand.
can get a break.
Actually, Shove and Elizabeth, you both know there is a jeweler in town.
it would be
And your dad is a blacksmith.
a bracelet ring combo, so it
Awesome.
could be like a hand thing.
Awesome.
I'm fine with this.
And you have golden fur, so it works too.
That's in the background.
Yes.
You're right with it? Are you gonna respond to them? Yeah? Yes. Alright. Are you gonna say anything, or are you just gonna, like, you guys are discussing the other and, alright.
Keeping it silent.
The jock team, they're all talking and they,
You can get a chair.
destroyers!
Um,
And the principal, we want something that will make people want you to help, rather than make them fear you. Maybe you want your enemies to fear you, but you want people to look at you in a positive light. They don't want you to look at you and be, oh, you're just a bunch of brutes. And they just, and the barbarian looks at the others and what I am. And he puts his arms down, he looks kind of sad. They got rejected, but
King explode.
the richer kids just, they talk quietly, but they don't seem to have anything they're thankful for.
Warriors of the Broken Isles.
oh, that's a good name.
Okay,
If
that's it.
that's
Lucas?
it, I want to walk over, see if I can convince them to come with me over to the group of 4, the rich kids, and have a conversation about what our name is, what their name is, what their team name is, and just kind of talk and see. I'm just trying to make friends. That's all I'm doing.
Are you gonna try and get them to come with you?
Yes. Do you guys want to come with me? I'm going over there.
Gonna
I'm
talk to the
saying
kids.
Yes.
very abruptly, hey, I'm going over to do this thing. Would you like to come with me? Hoping that you do.
Golden hand gang, let's go.
I wanted to practice shooting a bow.
Oh, actually,
Oh no.
We will have plenty of time for that.
here, let's shoot bows.
Yeah,
Yeah, but people won't be nearby this way.
I don't have a shoot a bow. I can try and help you.
Would you like to take Shump, come with me?
Alright, so is Elizabeth going to go practice with the bow or not? Are you gonna go? Yeah? Okay. We're gonna go ahead and do theirs first and then we'll go to you.
It possibly couldn't probably. You can go ahead.
Hey, you can do
first.
that.
Yeah.
Like I'm just
Whatever
going to have it.
I'm gonna try and help her with
Friendly.
bowness.
You're gonna try and help her?
Yeah.
They
Because I have proficiency
They talk about how
with
they're
that.
not really sure about a name yet. They don't really have any clues.
Wait,
because
I
they-
don't have proficiency.
They want it to be something showing where they come from.
Crossbows.
But the princess doesn't seem like she likes
I
that.
really dramatically get down on my knees and then get like where my head's below there, so I'm at their torsos, and
Yeah.
look at each one of their shirts and go, there's a commonality here, but I can't put my finger on it. And then stand up and wink to Aaron and then walk off.
Erin just kind of laughs. The princess, she's smiling a little bit, and the twins both are looking at each other kind of confused. And they look at Erin, and then they look at the princess, and she goes, "You're idiots." And then she looks at Aaron. "All right, we need to have it more than the Lord, though." And then they start quietly discussing.
Is that a short joke?
Sorry, you had to come along for that.
Elizabeth,
Mm-hmm.
are you shooting at training dummies or wall targets?
Training dummies.
All right. You're gonna shoot a bow?
I couldn't possibly end poorly based on what happened last time.
Oh, I know what happened last
Yeah.
time.
I'll give.
I have a plan on that one.
My advice is you
No, you're
want
rolling
to
with disadvantage on.
you want
I know.
to see what you're
That's
shooting
how bad
at
you are.
Oh, no.
and shoot at it really good.
He's helping. So
Uh-huh.
that's
Okay.
just straight roll.
What am I adding, Dex? to?
Yeah. You don't have to roll disadvantage because Owen is
Oh, okay,
trying
13.
to help. 13. Yeah. You hit the target. You barely hit it. And they're the rubber. They're kind of like rubber tipped ones. It's almost like beanbags at the front. So it like hits the target. It barely hits the edge of the arm and then falls. You gonna keep trying?
I didn't even hit someone else. Let's go.
You didn't hit someone else.
Let's go. This couldn't end poorly. Don't.
Is Owen helping again?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, total 20.
Good job. Yeah. What part are you trying to hit? Are you trying to hit the chest?
You think I know how to aim?
Hit him in the forehead.
I never went out shooting me.
It's him afterwards.
It hits directly in the center of the chest of the.
I actually hit
target.
something that was what I was aiming for.
And while it's happening, you just hear clapping.
Yep. That's one of two people, and I don't know which. It's either good or bad.
And then your brother comes over.
Okay.
And he puts his hand on your head again and rubs it a bunch. This time he does it and actually like flips your hair into your face. And he goes, "Good job." And then he goes ahead and tries and yeah, he hits the target. He hits it kind of like in the right by the armpit, but he hits it into the skin or where the skin would be. And he smiles, and then he goes back to his group and kind of pats your back. Good job. And keeps going.
Didn't hit people this time.
Wait, that was a possibility?
No.
Okay,
deception.
just wanted to make sure.
No, roll deception.
I'm gonna roll with advantage.
You're gonna roll? Okay.
Don't need me.
That's 20.
You already said you're rolling with advantage.
Yeah, I know.
If that was another 20.
If it would have been a
No.
1, I would have laughed.
No, but
so
it would have
hard.
been total 17.
But you got a 20. Yeah. Owen believes you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Owen believes you so much.
No, that was a good joke. That's
You
fair.
would never hit somebody with a bow. So good. You are
Dude,
amazing.
have you seen how well she hit that dummy? The chances that she would hit
And
someone.
like, she's related to Leah. He's supposedly really good. There's no way
Mm-hmm.
that Elizabeth could be bad.
No.
at
Okay,
archery.
I have so much faith in you. I'm gonna get an apple.
No. Are you going to?
No, I mean, no.
That seems like an Owen move.
Okay, fine.
Could I have been coming up
Need
at
to
this point and just grab him?
No, I want the apple.
Lift him off the
Sure,
ground.
yeah.
So,
You're not doing the apple thing again.
oh. You saw how good. Dude,
I
she's
did not.
amazing. She could hit, like,
They are also the relative arrows, so
she could hit
it'll just
the
bruise.
fly off of the top of a fly. Dude.
Very impressive.
And
I don't think her brother could do
without hitting the other one. She's that good. I'm 100% convinced of this.
that. Then
Time to put the bow away.
You're gonna put it away?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I will say, the druid teacher is here ready to heal anybody.
I mean, why are you even? Okay, why are you using magic? You can like shoot anything.
She puts the bow away. Yeah, it seems like that they're a little bit closer to you. The twins are on the far side of it, but they're still working with their teammates, and they're actually trying to work together, but they're having discussions. Yeah, something like that. Still talking about their name, trying to figure out something. And it seems like the princess is shooting down every idea as if she's the one that gets to pick. Every idea that comes from them, because they are clueless.
Ivory Tavern.
She very much is trying to go along with something like that.
What are decorative shoulder pieces called? Pauldrons? Pauldrons?
I don't remember.
There's a word for them.
I will say errands are very ornate and decorative,
Name them after that.
So confused.
and she doesn't even have armor on.
There's an island getting pushed up in the air. I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted by the reflection of what I'm watching.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just confused.
Yeah,
Okay.
it seems like the jock guys, they're all still training, but every so often they just run over to the principal, talk to him for about a minute, and then walk back to their spots at. So it seems like they haven't come up with a name quite yet, but they're trying. Well, they've come up with a few. They just are getting turned down because, yeah, they aren't focused on the right part of making a name for your group. Yeah, so
Just fuck.
you all are doing training for a while. 4th years, they do leave. You do just see Owen, see Leon. He waves to you. He's smiling. He sees that you're, I'm assuming, doing magic now rather than.
I'm not gonna keep shooting.
Yeah. Yeah. He smiles a little bit and waves and then keeps going. Yeah. Most of the 4th years leave early. Some of them come back after everybody's starting to leave. You end up going to. I'm assuming everybody's going to supper again. Okay. Yeah. It's very simple this time. It's closer to sandwiches. Like, she just kind of has bread that's open. Everybody takes their piece of it and then walks down and chooses what meats they want.
My bread.
What cheeses.
Sandwich buffet.
Yeah, basically. Like, there are vegetables for putting on it and stuff like that.
That's cool. I don't grab bread.
Understandable. It's not like processed lunch meat that we would be used to. It's like fresh meat that's very well cooked. Some of the brisket's still out. Yeah.
There's a comment. What I do wrong.
What?
No, nothing. Nothing. I'm looking at these.
Oh, you believed Elizabeth. That's what you did wrong.
There's a comment. What did I do wrong?
It was a school thing.
Yeah, so,
Even the school recognizes you showed to believe me.
they're all the barbarians. They're still talking about their group name. They really want to come up with one soon.
Well, what do you have in mind?
Well, we want to talk about someone being strong and like intimidating, and then Mitch just. I'm not intimidating. I'm half the size of you. I'm not intimidating. And Jared just keeps going on about how he wants the name to be strong. It's.
Fists of. Where are you all from? You seem to know one another.
Yeah. Can you find there? names just to be sure. Yeah. Okay. Jared is from the town in the woods that's closest to Abby. And then Mitch is actually from just in between the towns. Like, he lives in between them, but he visits both. He always visited both towns, so they started talking about that. And then Tom, the fighter, and Chad, the player, are both from the town that's closer of those two far towns.
Gotcha.
I thought that was from Lucas's.
So they all have known each other for a while.
You could name yourselves after the school. Name yourselves after the town you're from. You have all a similar favorite animal.
You want adjective and then an animal.
Yes. Of course.
Jared just, he looks down, he goes, Ironwing! Why? Like, the rogue looks at, why? Because we're strong, and I can throw you if you want. Like it, huh?
That's probably not a good idea.
The courageous
However,
Ironwing.
I love the name.
Those good as blood eagle.
And try to, I mean, we all have armor except for Mitch. We can get you something that looks like it. And Chad's just kind of looking at it. It's like Chad's focusing on a way to find armor that looks kind of like it's iron or something.
You
can get a chair
And Tom
sit here if you want.
No, we're going with it. We're gonna be Ironwing. But I think he's right. Don't throw Mitch.
I don't know, it seems like it could be a viable strategy.
Owen, I just came up with a great idea.
Get help.
You want me to throw you?
Yes.
We'll workshop it.
Awesome.
Immediately,
Copyright.
once
Actually,
Tom
Sean.
agrees with it, and then Mitch
Throw me.
reluctantly does.
Toss back.
Jared's like, I'll be back. And he gets up and he just runs out and runs down. And he goes and talks to the principal. He comes back and, guys, we got it. It's approved. It's not about being angry or wrath or anything. We got it. Yeah! They all just start cheering for a second.
And you four. Speaking of the rich kids.
And the princess just looks and she, well, I want it to be something dealing with ivory or white, as the colors we're always wearing. And probably always will. She's just kind of staring across the table at the twins. But these two won't listen to that, and they want it to be about being rich or powerful or something like that.
Ivory
Even
Knight.
though
Oh, actually, that sounds good.
I've decided I'm the one who gets the final decision. And she just kind of is glaring at both twins.
Stab them, they can't decide.
Better yet, you could give them an apple, and they'll be happy
You could tell
enough.
them about cats.
Do any of you have an
Or
idea?
Wait, what?
Do any of you have an idea?
Your three tables are all
Elizabeth
still
mentioned
pushed together.
the Ivory Knights.
Ivory Knights?
That's about being noble, correct?
And the twins just look over at you. They kind of look like they agree, they like the idea, but it's coming from you.
Oh yeah.
And the princess just, I love that. And looks at both twins, smiling. And Aaron just, yeah, that's great. Yeah, I'll go tell him. And he stands up and both twins just,
I'm just poor Elizabeth like, oh, okay.
Owen, would you like to deliver our name?
Yes, immediately.
alright. Are you gonna go with Aaron like at the same time?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, are you gonna talk to him while you go
Paladin
out
and a rogue. I haven't seen this
Oh.
one before.
I don't know what was that. There's a thing.
Yeah, don't break it.
Are you gonna talk to Aaron at all while you guys walk or no?
That was exactly what I said.
Don't break it. Okay, do it again.
Yeah, that's what I did earlier.
It's the thing holding
Yeah.
stuff together.
Oh. Oh, is it? Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
On top of it.
Are you,
apple.
he tried
I
to,
should have gotten an apple.
he,
Can you just carry them with you?
Oh, no.
You should storing them.
Aaron just pulls one out of his
I offer you
I still have this from earlier.
You are my favorite person on the team.
Do you want it or should I keep it with me?
I would love it.
And he's gonna give it to you. So you now
Add
have.
an apple to your inventory.
Yeah,
Yes.
you have a bright red apple
Let's
from
see where I
earlier.
put that apple. 1.
Why does Owen only have one apple right now? Yeah.
He used the others.
He's gonna. Why do you like apples? They are delicious.
them?
Because they cheer me up.
Yeah, okay, I get that. I get that.
Childhood trauma. Apple saved my life.
It's deep into my backstory. Okay, I don't say that.
He just kind of smiles and, yeah, mine are grapes. That's my favorite fruit.
If I had some, I would give them to you, but
That's
sadly,
really sweet. Thanks, man.
I do not.
You guys get to the principal, and are you gonna go first, or are you gonna let Aaron?
I'll let Aaron go first.
All right. He does tell the principal that I don't even remember what name I said a second ago that they agreed with.
The
It was-
Ivory Knights.
Yes.
You're the golden.
He tells the principal that they agreed on the
I
Ivory
forget
Knights,
the name.
and the
We
principal
are-
he smiles.
Owen and Owen.
He's very happy with that choice.
What?
Will you give me a root?
No.
The principal is very happy with that choice, and then Aaron just kind of smiles and he walks away. He goes ahead up. You're not eating the crust, Abigail?
No.
It was
Sinner!
cheese stuffed crust.
Wait,
Okay.
it was?
Yes.
How did I?
Were they both?
You have the meat
In
lover.
reverse!
The meat lover was not.
Okay, because that's all.
Did you need the
I have a
straw?
straw. Thank you.
Yeah,
You may keep the
Aaron
straw.
goes ahead
Fantastic.
once he's gotten the approval for his name,
It's
he
your
comes
favorite
on
thing.
up
Ooh, ooh.
very quickly, and then you tell the principal your group's name.
We have decided on the golden hand.
He just kind of looks down at your hand and
Trust me, it was a group decision. It wasn't just me.
I like it. Alright. Yes, that works. I will go ahead and announce that next Friday
Awesome.
with your other classmates' names. Yeah. And then he goes back down to his book that he's just every so often taking notes in. I'm assuming you come back up to lunch
Yes.
or supper, whatever time of day it is. Alright.
Oh dear.
You come back up to supper. And
You still the top.
you probably got up a few seconds behind Aaron. Like he was walking kind of quickly because he's excited.
What? Are you okay?
I made eye contact with him and just shook my head. Yeah. So afterwards, people slowly
hi,
in bed.
Mark.
The twins are the first ones again of your table to go to bed. And then the burly guys go up because they want to go up and goof around before everybody's going to bed. So they left a little early. Once they realize, oh, people might actually be going to bed, they kind of calm down, quiet down. It's probably about when you guys go, depending on if you would be going to the library.
Nope.
I would like to.
Not this character.
I would like to go to the library.
Alright? Is Chump going to the library or going to bed?
No, Chump's going.
Alright?
To the library.
Alright, so Elizabeth and I are going to the library.
This school would be such a death trap for Oliver.
Yep.
Oliver would only be in the
He
library.
wouldn't sleep.
Oh, he'd sleep. Just
In the library.
yeah. I feel like that happens.
Are you guys going to look for any books specifically? Anything on a topic specifically?
Same one as last time.
Alright?
no.
It'll work out this time.
Owen, what are you looking for?
I want to look for.
Another book about cats.
No, not that. If I find another one, I'm burning this place.
You've heard about what happens when people try that.
Yeah, but this is specifically the library. Okay, so I'm going to look for. I want to see any history on what's been what's been attacking them, like what they've been seeing around the different towns.
Alright, yeah, go ahead.
Like what type of monster attacks it?
Roll investigation.
Wait,
Zero.
roll.
Oh, wow.
That is a 2, I swear.
18.
18. What were you looking for again?
Her great-great-great-grandfather.
Oh, okay.
No.
I got.
Yeah, you find a book. You find a book that's just about Throckmorton.
Nice.
What?
Do you want me to talk through it? It's a book about Throckmorton. It has the same thing that the barbarian teacher read during class, and then it has a little more added to it. Like, it's basically a full book written by a bystander during the battle that happened. It's a journal of all of the battles up to that one, and that one is the last one that covers about a third of the book. There are like 5 battles before that one. So, that one, it's very focused on it. It's first-hand seeing what happened and how the day before that battle had been bloody and thousands of soldiers on their side had died. But then the next day, the whole situation with Throckmorton happened and many soldiers died. And it might be a little bit flush, like, it might not have been quite 10,000, but it was a lot. And the other army was defeated by far.
I'm assuming they still saw nothing through the dust storm.
They couldn't see anything. True. You're beautiful too.
Yeah.
Dogs.
You don't fight.
I swear if I find the sequel,
No, you don't find.
Cats 2.
You don't find cats, but you really don't find the section you're looking for, and somehow, just somehow, you end up at the top of the ladder looking at a section that's just about different kind of dirt. It's books about farming. They're on the top because nobody wants to read about them except for us farmers.
Okay, I just spent my time.
I'm reading it.
I'm gonna read the farming book.
Alright. Oh no, there's a whole section on farming books.
I'm gonna read it.
I can't
Read
wait to
all
hear.
of them.
Just read the book.
I can't wait to hear about farming.
Yeah, you get to read just about dirt.
Yeah, okay, great.
The ladder was already in that spot.
Oh, great. Someone else.
Yes.
Searching
Someone
this.
else purposefully put that ladder there.
Someone else accidentally rolled a 2.
Okay.
While I'm waiting for Owen to come back to the room, I'm inviting Aaron into my room to play music.
Alright.
Okay. I'm bored of the book.
Board of the book, are you gonna put it back then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you gonna do anything after you... I'm assuming you get bored of that book very quickly.
I go
Talk about
I go up to Elizabeth and go, yeah, I'm gonna leave. Very defeated. And then walk. This library does not like me.
It's probably like 15 minutes during all of this, and then from come down.
That's fine.
It's up to you if you would like to roll performance.
We're not playing
Right.
for anyone.
Yeah, you're just having fun.
Yeah.
He seems like he's very used to the refined music, this very, very smooth and melodic, because that's what he's had to practice.
I'm used to bard tunes.
He every so often, he kind of sighs and talks about how he really wishes he got used to playing other music first. So he'd probably try and venture into the others a little bit, since he's not being tethered down to anything at the moment.
I humor him and play some classical stuff as well, or attempt to. I'm not good at it. It's like a fiddle trying to play violin.
Yeah,
It's like
okay.
that.
Like a band trying to play metal.
More of it's the same. Like my lyre could be used for classical music, but I'm not trained in using it that
Yeah.
way, so it doesn't sound great. Like I know how to hold it. I know how to do it. It's just I'm not used to it.
It's just ever so slightly.
Yeah, it's just off.
Shep, I'm assuming you go straight to sleep.
Yeah.
The princess comes in pretty quickly afterwards, and she sits on her bed and sees that you're already laying down. And then she goes ahead, she lays down. She doesn't cover her entire body this time, she keeps her head out. And is just kind of looking up, she's not quite going to sleep. for a
I'm
while.
loudly snoring.
Alright. She doesn't seem like she cares all that much about it for now.
Silence.
Because she's not trying to sleep. She's just thinking. So Elizabeth, how long are you going to read? Until they give you the call of, hey, Frank, go to sleep if you aren't already.
Yeah.
Alright. So it gets a bit later. They purposefully go through and they're checking different rooms to see who's in there because they don't want to call it to every single student and be like, hey, you should go to bed. Yeah.
Wake you up from a sound sleep.
Right.
And go to sleep.
It's
What?
probably close to 11 at this point. They then come up and tell you,
Oh.
hey,
Time, sleeping time.
right. Somebody comes in and
Yeah.
the druid teacher, she's this very small old lady. And then she walks away and climbs up the ladder that you saw Owen climb up a little bit ago. And she's looking and she sees this one big up place and she moves it. And she pulls out a different book and then she pulls out another. And she's only 3 feet tall, maybe 3 feet tall. So she's carrying now like 5 big books and slowly down the ladder. And then she
It's impressive.
goes downstairs and goes to her bed.
She's the one who reads the bird book.
Yep. You all eventually sleep. Aaron seems very relaxed after having time to actually wind down and play music for a while.
They never pretend.
I've heard that before.
The next morning, you guys don't get a wake-up call, but you still wake up because of being fully rested. So you might sleep in a little bit. You were probably told the day before during like homeroom that breakfast tomorrow would be served until 10 and you won't have classes.
Sweet.
So Elizabeth, you are the first to wake up even after staying up.
Nice.
You still only need 4 hours. So I'm assuming you go to breakfast.
Breakfast and then we're gonna try to shoot a bow again. We could finish
Alright.
early.
Yeah.
It's not like anyone will be there.
Okay. Sure. You can keep thinking
Somehow
that.
still hit someone.
Yeah.
Bounce down
So
the
you
stairs.
head down to the lunchroom, and it's kind of like cereal, essentially. It's stuff like that. It's very simple. You get this together yourself. There's, in a way, there are leftovers that are sitting out from other mornings. Like there's still fresh fruit from a few mornings ago. There aren't any pancakes left because pancakes don't keep well overnight. Yeah, stuff like that. Foods that,
Sadly.
right, foods that they don't preserve amazingly overnight and over a week. But yeah, so breakfast it's basically leftovers or something similar to like grits or cereal. The
Grits
normal
are
people.
good.
They are.
I lived in Missouri and I've never had grits.
It's just breakfast rice.
It's the same normal people except for a few aren't up yet.
Yeah, don't have to get up.
Right, they don't have to get up.
Can you not?
Um,
The sparkle's gone.
yeah.
I don't know why you got upset about it now. My foot's been there for like half an
I
hour.
know.
All obstructed. What races only need 4 hours? Just elves
Just
and half elves?
elves. Not even half elves.
Not even
Just
half
elves.
Just
Oh.
And Warforge.
Well, that's
There
not
it
4 hours.
No, it's a
Yeah, it's not.
So-
Yeah,
yeah, it's a 6 hour.
it's a.
Some of the students,
Recuperation.
they go to bed
If
pretty
you want it
early.
to be half elves as well, it's fine.
They go to their rooms almost immediately after eating and they go to sleep. So they get their 8 hours before 8 in the morning. They're fine. So you're gonna go up to go to the training
Yeah.
room. All right. Yeah. There is a group in there. It's one of the 4th year groups. It's
Oh.
not your brother.
How close are they to the farthest dummy, like near where all of the weapons are?
They're probably. Okay, the room's a circle. Here's the stuff. They're in this side.
Dude, why are you worried? You're like an expert sniper.
So, I'm assuming you'd go to that and then go to the other side.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
They don't really have much of a reaction. One of them is a ranger. You recognize her. She is a 4th year. She's on your card. I don't have a description for her right now. She should be on it.
Is she a ranger?
Oh, ranger. Never mind. My brain. Yeah, I was thinking. Oh, your brother's a ranger. Yeah.
Card?
I didn't do that yet. Yeah, you've seen her talking to your brother's group, so like that. Yeah. They're keeping to themselves. Like you could go ahead and roll to disadvantage. Try and hit that target.
Okay. 16. 3. Yes.
Oh no. You don't hit the target at all. You almost hit the target that's like 10 feet away. You almost hit it in the calf. It hits the wall and it just immediately falls. Are you gonna try again?
Yeah.
They're on the complete opposite side, so the stairwell is in the way.
Good. 9. 16. So 9.
You get a little closer. You almost hit it. It's like you hit right here rather than in.
That's a large
the
improvement. I can do this. I don't know which one. I think those
Roll
are.
it again.
It was probably
Roll
cracked.
it again.
Okay. Another 3. 1.
I can see it. So something happens.
Hey, Liz, what's oh my god!
It's happened to you before.
Oh
You pull it back, and instead of going straight, you get a little distracted. Like you feel like you have to sneeze for a
no.
second.
What?
So you kind of sneeze, and it goes straight up, and it's the ones that have a rubber tip, but it falls right beside you. Like it almost slammed into you.
Just shoot up
Now
off
that's
the
some
distance.
stuff.
Poor
The
person.
arrow's just on the ground behind you.
Message just stop. The gods of RNG are not with you.
Alright. What are you going to do after that?
Oh yeah, there's still plenty of time.
Yep.
You do have all day.
You wake up probably around, well, let's see. You went to bed probably around 11. You would have woken up probably around 5. I doubt you would have left your room that early. You'd probably like closer to 8 you leave your room, or like 6. You're like, I don't want to get
I
up
could
yet.
go back to sleep.
You could.
Wait, can you?
You could, yeah.
I thought you. Whatever. Okay.
I'm gonna take a nap.
Alright. Just a regular nap, so it's gonna be like
Zen.
an hour or 2.
Yeah.
Okay. You go back, you take your nap, you probably wake up around the same time Shemp is waking up.
How do you do that?
And this is with Shemp sleeping in a little bit, because she went to bed immediately.
Huh.
So, you wake up from your nap at the same time Shemp's waking up. The princess is already awake, but she's not, like, getting up yet. She just kind of pulls her blanket back over her head like it's morning. She doesn't want to get up yet. So she's just kind of hiding under her blanket. But you two are both awake. And then Owen and Doran probably wake up pretty soon after that. Owen wakes up a little later because of the books.
I wake up at my normal time.
I don't even know what Shemp would do. There's not much to do.
You could go down for breakfast.
Oh,
You wanna
yeah, I'll
talk
do
to
that.
Alright.
Okay.
finally got a chair.
Alright, are you all going down for breakfast then? Elizabeth, are you going down with them to talk or?
No.
Where are you going?
Good question.
Okay, while you think about that, you guys all go down to breakfast and your other classmates are down there. They're sitting at their table. The princess hasn't gotten out of bed yet. She did not want to move. The twins are not sitting at the table in the middle. The 3 tables are still pushed together. They aren't sitting there, they're sitting.
They're not sitting at their table?
They're sitting like 4 tables away. They're sitting alone.
Oh, I'm breaking
The
up.
sorcerer's room. The classroom.
What?
The sorcerer's classroom. That's where I'm going.
That's where you're going? Right. When you guys are in there, you will have breakfast.
It's too often
Uh, You hear the four bigger guys start. They're very excitedly talking about how they're going into town today, and they ask if you guys are going to.
I was planning on it.
Is your dad done?
Shump was going to, yes.
Is your dad done? I need to talk to him.
Is he? Yes.
Your dad works in the town.
What was his name again?
I need to commission something.
Did I name him Jerry?
Let me make sure.
Right
I
now my
don't
holy
remember.
symbol is an iron
I can't
crown.
remember. I
need
wrote
that
it down.
changed.
Yes, it is Jerry.
Okay.
I know that guy. That guy's cool.
So, you guys all are talking to them. They're talking about how they're going to the town. They're talking about where they're planning to go. Most of them, all four of them are talking about how they're going to the bakery. They have to go to the bakery. They've heard the bakery's like the best, and they've never had better. And they learned from that. The cook learned from that baker how to make so many different things.
Don't
Elizabeth,
lose him.
That's me.
while you were in the sorcerer's room, what would you like to do?
Are there any closets in there such that might have like spell books?
Spellbooks. You're a sorcerer.
I know. But like, anything of that kind. It's a free book.
Private.
Yeah, but anything of that kind. Scroll, you never know.
Yeah, that's true. They got a scroll.
Yeah, you might want to find.
So,
Maybe you're looking for inspiration.
there's one bookshelf. It has some books. I rolled like that when I was rolling stats for one of the other years today.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, the bookshelf it's over here. This one has like pictures, kind of like paintings, I guess. And then it's got little knickknacks, like little tiny cups, stuff like that. Some very expensive looking drawings and paintings of the Dragonborn and maybe his family, his parents maybe, when he was a kid, something like that. And he's not in there at the moment, but the bookshelf has some books, but they wouldn't be spellbooks or scrolls.
That's not what I'm looking for, but what kind of book would it be?
What kind of book would you find?
Yeah.
Mostly, some of them are like journals, some of them are notes on different random things, like very obscure topics. One of the books is actually just about
Dirt.
the same kind of tree. One is about the kind of tree that this school is in.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
That sounds interesting?
Yeah.
Are you gonna open that one?
Sure.
It's basically just talking about the defenses of the tree. Like, the things that have happened when people try and harm it. Like people getting struck by lightning. People being caught on fire out of nowhere when they tried to catch the tree on fire.
Hey, you're Nick.
What's up?
Stuff like that.
No, specifically the library and the cat book. That's all I said. That's all. That's it.
It's
Not
mostly
the
stuff
tree.
like that.
That's part of
It
the tree.
talks about
Yes, but
how
the-
it was created.
specifically
It was a gift,
that
essentially,
book.
from the gods. An agreement
In the
from gods.
library.
So the gods.
And the author.
If you want, I can go into more detail later. with that one. Yeah. It gets to around 11, and the teacher comes into the room, sees you in there, and you're not going to the town with everybody else? I mean, I'm going.
People are going to the town?
You should come along. And he takes one of his journals off the wall, and then starts walking down the stairs.
I'll go follow him.
On my way out of the cafeteria, I'm going to get another apple.
Okay. Yeah, you now have 2 apples.
Good.
This has become a thing.
It's a beautiful thing.
He's going to come to create
What
this
does he
road.
think about like apple pastries?
You can't fix perfect. That's the thing.
That's an abomination.
Just pears, I mean, they're fine. I mean, they're no apples.
What about green apples?
Green great, dude. There are so many great varieties of apples.
Do you
I should have looked for a book on apples.
Do you happen to own any pictures of an apple?
No, but I do have apples.
Did you not have a book on apples already?
I didn't find it. No, I just found cats.
Well, I meant like, did you own one previously?
Dude, I own. Actually, no, I didn't.
At back home, that he hasn't been to in years.
I have.
Probably. You don't know how long it's been.
That was yesterday.
Sure
Secret.
hope not.
Oh, carrot.
Yeah, you get to the bottom floor, and there are carts set up that have 2 horses each, and they're having one group get in each cart, and then a teacher joins each group. So, not quite every group is going.
Is Elizabeth here yet, or?
Yeah, Elizabeth was probably there before you guys, because most of the teachers were down there first.
She was there first.
Yeah, the sorcerer teacher kind of grabbed the book and then immediately went down.
Hey, you finally awake.
Same as us, right?
Yeah.
Support.
So, if you are like, hey, is this group there? You can ask. If there's any person in specific that you guys are like, are they there?
I wonder if you can ask.
Is there
Okay.
anybody that you're actually like looking for?
Nope.
All right. Yeah. So you guys,
I'm with Sean.
I would
Alright.
jump.
all 4 of you are on the same cart. You are with the sorcerer teacher because he came down with Elizabeth. And he's kind of keeping to himself. He's writing a little bit in his journal, but he's keeping it very covered with his like cloak, cape, whatever you want to call it. What?
He said the fitness gram pacer test is a multi-stage.
Why are you so obsessed with that? Yeah, he just kind of keeps writing. You have a 2-hour cart ride to the city. What would you guys like to do while you're having this cart ride?
I'm going to ask Elizabeth if she found what she was looking for in the library. What were you looking for anyway?
About that one jump that we learned about.
Oh,
I groan.
Speaking of your family, do you think your father could make me something?
Probably.
Wonderful.
This is where you're headed.
Not to interrupt him. Sorry.
Oh no, please do.
Yeah, go for it. This is the side you're entering. And the carts will lead up to about here, and they stop in the stables.
And we're actually going to have to talk for 2 hours.
You don't
Can I see
have.
your guitar?
Okay, look.
You guys get there, and you're kind of in the middle-ish of all of the carts. And most of the groups are coming. There were a few empty carts that stayed behind. Not all the carts have a teacher because there aren't that many. But they all get out, and immediately most of them just leave and go to different stores.
When are we leaving?
The sorcerer teacher's still there. Whenever you're ready, you just come to your carts and
You're not coming back with us.
it just really depends on the day.
Understood.
Sometimes things take longer than you expect.
Okay, where are you guys going? What type of stores are in?
My
I will
itinerary.
say, a lot of the first years and some of the others are staying at the post office for a little bit to check if they have anything from their parents.
Oh yeah, probably should check that. Although, I don't know, I'm just going to go
I'll
to their
check that
work.
at the end.
I'm just going to go to their work to check.
Okay.
What type of stores are here?
Are you guys not
They
staying
sent a
together?
letter to the post
Everything's
office.
just
I want to hit the blacksmith.
They're right
I want to
next
hit the temple.
What was the first one?
the jeweler. It's right by the temple in
Jeweler.
the top left.
How much money do you guys have?
I got, I think 10 gold pieces. Is that what this is right here? This is
he-
money?
Yeah.
I got 10.
I got 10.
Yeah.
15.
Ah,
What?
jeez.
I think we should pool our funds and I'll just get our matching bracelets.
Am I already gone by this point?
Probably not. He probably said this as you guys are getting out and like everybody's getting
We're on the
situated.
2-hour car ride.
Yeah, you were in a 2-hour cart ride. So,
I'll throw in some money.
are you guys gonna stay together or are you going to immediately split up?
Wait, what?
Are you guys gonna stay together while you walk through the town or are you gonna immediately split up? You have like the entire day.
Hey, Sean, we'll go to the blacksmith Or is there a weapons shop?
There's not a like direct weapons shop. There's the blacksmith is where most of the weapons come
Okay.
from. And Owen, you stayed in the inn/tavern.
Cool. Oh, okay.
But that was just for a few nights.
That place, it smells.
Still going to the parents' work.
Where's your parents work?
My head's dying, I can't
Right here.
remember.
They are woodworkers.
Yeah.
I do not eat anything with wood, so I will not be joining you.
I don't know, it sounds like it would be lovely.
I will.
See, what a hand crossbow be sold there? Because I might want to look.
Try and figure out which group they are in.
That would either be here,
Yeah, without
here,
Yeah.
or
Your brother is already
So I
there.
mean, you'd be going to that side to check anyways.
or
Hmm?
the
Your
hunters.
brother and his entire
Oh, that-
group are in
would they
your
be
parents'
selling-
work already.
Would they
have
be
straight
selling
in.
anything at the hunters?
Alright.
Or is that just they
Yes. The one that's closer to me is the actual shop.
Oh, yeah, there's
The
a
other
shop
one is.
there.
Oh, there's a shop.
Yeah. The other one is more of housing for a group of hunters or for people who are visiting, stuff like that. Kind of
Oh, they're
like
traveling
Hunter's
merchant.
Guild.
Oh, what?
Yes.
Actually, let's go there.
All of
Yeah.
that archway and then those are for people who are passing through or going to the trading post, coming back, stuff like that. So there's a lot of like fish, definitely, because there's not water very close to here. There's a river, but I didn't color it in.
Obvious
on the map.
fish joke.
Hello, and which fish would I like?
since that's one of
All
the
of
facts
your
about
cat
cats.
knowledge.
Oh, that, yeah.
The kind that you eat.
Hmm.
What kind does he eat?
Yes.
A lion.
What type of stuff are they selling?
And
Completely ignored the question.
To be honest, I didn't hear it. I was
That's
distracted.
fine. That's fine.
in the tents,
Well, yeah.
yeah, a lot of them are fish because they're traveling.
It's just
There's-
fish?
Not all of them.
No, okay. It's all fish.
There are two that are right beside each other that are right on this side of the baker. These two,
You get used to
they
it.
have a lot of fruits.
It's a place to visit.
They seem like they're very well acquainted.
What type of fruits?
They do have apples. One of them has very
You no longer have any
like
gold
closer to
pieces?
tropical fruits. It's like they have oranges and stuff, but they have stuff like that. That's you wouldn't see it close to here. It's not going to grow very well
But it's right there.
I mean,
right here. They're
it's not.
traveling.
It's not apples.
The other one
Has Owen had a
has
pineapple before?
You dare say apple?
We found it out. We found the fruit.
see he absolutely loves pineapples out of character.
Dude, pineapples are great.
They are pretty good.
Yeah, the other has apples, pears, stuff like that. It's,
Mention the pineapple, and you might get the hands on him.
I can get the apples for. I can get them.
I don't think it says anywhere
What are you looking for?
the cost of an apple.
Copper piece.
Dude, I could get so many apples.
Is it really
I
probably?
would probably just say copper piece.
Let's find
I don't
out.
even.
Dude, how
Yeah,
many
look
copper
up.
pieces is a gold?
I don't think it's gonna be anywhere.
It's probably like by bushel.
Yeah, which is fine.
I get
Yeah, it's not.
There is a slot on there for. No, it might not be on there. Living wages is on there, and you can use that to.
5V trade goods?
There you go.
Yeah, that should be.
I'm not buying it. I mean, we don't know.
You're not gonna buy apples?
Yes.
I mean,
They've got some really nice apples.
Bushel apples.
They've.
yeah, but I only have 10 gold pieces. That I'm not sure how much that is anymore, honestly. So I mean, I don't have any context
That
for
would be
it.
1,000 apples.
If they are one apiece.
If it's one copper, it's 100.
And if they don't start charging you more because you're buying so many.
They don't.
Bulk discount.
They don't have that many.
If you're buying their whole stock though.
Oh, I love that there's a name
Would
tag
that
right
be
around here
dried
that I'm
fruit?
never gonna use.
Yeah.
It would be dried fruit?
But
What?
It's not, it
It's
wouldn't
not
be
dry.
I don't have any way to
It would
carry
be
it.
much more expensive than dried fruit.
A loaf of bread is 2 copper. So compare a loaf
I mean,
of bread
dried
to
Single
Okay.
apple.
This says the dried
Yeah.
fruit would be 2 copper.
Right, but it's not dried, so it'd probably just be 1.
Yeah.
It doesn't say here.
Alright, we're gonna go with 2 copper, or 2 apples for 1 copper.
A very necessary question we have to answer.
It's important.
It is a very important question.
Part of the basis
So
of
they
D&D.
have some
It's part of
red,
the
some
basis
green.
of
They
how
have
much gold he has.
very
So
few
tablet
yellow,
on
but
you.
they have them.
I'm gonna go. Where are we going anyway? Because
Yeah.
I'm gonna start at the temple and make my way down the line of things that I want to hit.
Alrighty. Elizabeth, while you are in your parents' shop, your brother is in there, and so is his entire group. What would you like to do?
I'm visiting my parents.
Oh yeah. What would you like to say to them?
you can tell them about
They
your
are
like
already
snipe.
talking to Leon. Just as soon as your mom sees you, she smiles. Has she done the magic? What? And he just kind of smiles, looks at you. Just a little wink, but it's on the side that she can't see.
There's a flash.
Oh, Eli! And she goes over and she hugs you. And your he's smiling and he's looking over, but he is also doing stuff, helping people who are buying things. Like that. What would you like to say to your mother?
How am I supposed to know? Not even in real life do I know how to keep a conversation with my parents.
It's fair.
That's very fair.
This is your chance to practice.
Well,
The fitness
how has school been so far? Have you been...
You gotta tell
Having
them about your
fun?
legendary snipe. Oh wait, I'm not there.
It's been fine, except for some noise we heard one day coming from one of the other classrooms.
Oh.
Sorry.
Well, I'm sure somebody complained about it. They'll solve the issue. If it happens again, it's okay. Just talk to somebody here. That was very funny. And Leon and his group just slowly start leaving. He waves goodbye. He goes ahead and they walk out. Are you gonna stay there and linger, or are you gonna go find your...
I did need to ask if they'd sent anything in the mail or had anything for me.
They had not, and they did not.
You're going to check so that something's not
Right.
listed in there.
They did tell you that because they're right here, they're not gonna mail anything to you because of extra charges. Like, they could, but
They're gonna make.
There's
They're
not
gonna
a
send
place.
it to the post office that's a small walk away.
right.
2 buildings down.
So when I said they were right next to it, I wasn't joking apparently.
Are you 3 together, or did you go straight to your parents?
Are you guys coming to the temple?
No.
Wait, you're going to the black,
Jump's
right?
getting like,
She is.
I
Jump's
went,
going to get like food that can be like stored, I guess.
I went to a
That won't go
so
bad
if
for
you
a while.
wanted to go there.
Okay,
He said he wanted a hand crossbow. He said that was one of the 3 places.
probably be going to, what kind of food are you hoping for? Meats can be easily preserved.
Yeah, probably meats.
Okay. Right? Yeah, at the butcher, there's not somebody immediately in the room, but, or not like a butcher or a worker that's immediately visible, but you do see the cook. She is right there. She smiles at you and, you know, I provide all the food at the school. Are you just looking for snacks for the middle of the day? Because I understand.
Snacks.
I like chocolate milk.
I like gold.
Well, if in the middle of the day
Potatoes.
you randomly want food in between a class, you can run to me and run to the cafeteria and get food.
If you
Balls
Not actually a problem.
turns into an encounter.
That secret from the Goliath.
Oh yeah.
know, in the middle of a class, just disappears. I need food.
Good luck.
I must go on a journey to discover myself.
Middle of the night.
There is nothing forcing you to stay in your bedrooms in the middle of the night.
I need food.
Yeah.
Bobby!
She's in
Why am I
there.
playing a good student?
The butcher eventually comes out. He's a very, very tall human. He's very muscular, basically
What?
just from his job.
What?
As he comes out of the back, you feel a cold breeze come through from the back. Like it's very cold back there. He smells kind of salty because of
It's from the ocean.
trying to
He's a fish fan.
Just like
He's
Trump after
human.
she got hit in the face.
from
Salty.
trying to process the meats. They use well, it's one of the things that purifies meats. So stuff like that.
Thank you.
So he comes out and he starts talking to the first. She's getting a lot of meat, and she says she'll be back in like an hour. She's getting a lot to get her order put together. She's getting a bunch so that she can take it to the school.
Well, that wasn't a good idea, now was it?
Have you considered not doing that?
Oh, never.
So he's writing down her order.
Would you like to consider
They've got a
it?
whole system put together of
Would you like me to consider
what
it?
to do. So you
Okay.
kind of hear it's saying what meat you want, what cut, stuff like that, how much you want.
Kind you eat.
Most of what he has seems to be preserved, but you know because you've been here, you've lived in the town for so long. Your parents have had you pick up basically groceries. You know he has some kinds of jerky. Is there any specific kind of meat you would like a jerky of?
Bacon.
You want?
Do they have that?
Yeah,
I
sure.
don't know what kinds of jerky there are.
Maybe pork. You can do that. Yeah.
Bacon.
I'm sure there's a way.
Bacon jerky? Oh, bacon jerky.
Yeah,
Bacon is
there's-
totally-
I'm sure there's a way they can do it. Yeah, probably. Yeah. So you've got some. He's gonna go. I don't know how much jerky would cost.
Dried meats
Right.
probably comes covered.
Right. Yeah. It's. I don't know what the ratio is for this. I should just pull up.
What rations are a silver for a day? It's a full day's worth. Couple
There's
snacks. 2 copper
for a day's.
serving.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do that.
I'm gonna get
So
Okay.
2 copper first. Let's go with that because I'm
2 copper to what?
for like 1 serving. So like 1 sit down. I'm gonna eat thing.
But I already have wood carvings.
Now look in your inventory.
How much copper is per gold?
Where am I looking?
Very tiny.
I don't know what's in
I
the
can
explorer's
roll
pack.
that.
How close was I?
Is this
You can
dry?
get change, right?
That's just in general.
Hopefully.
I don't know what's in the explorer's
They have change, right?
What?
I don't know what's in the explorer's pack. It doesn't specify.
It doesn't have a-
It would say. Are you proficient in it?
Yes.
You could probably get one from your parents
Where to get one?
pretty easily. From your parents.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's 2 copper for like sitting down. 1 sitting down serving something.
I'll take your entire stuff.
Did we say how much copper was per gold, or was I
100.
just not listening?
100.
Okay.
It's a 10 by 10 by 10 by
What
10.
is EP?
It doesn't exist.
Yep.
Oh.
We don't care about it.
It's like a nickel.
Oh.
It's
Okay.
1 electrum piece is 5 silver, and 2 electrum pieces is 1 gold.
Whoops.
So it's
Dang.
ridiculous in a base 10.
Oh, it's
Conversion.
25
Because
servings.
everything else is 10, so it's
Okay.
10.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
And then 10.
So,
not sorry, 10,
5,
10, and
well,
then 10.
Okay. And then there's this.
And then there's the weird 5.
Never- I
so
can't
it doesn't
function.
exist.
Okay.
So 5.
50 copper?
Wait, yes. 50 copper. I'm
Okay.
trying to go for
So,
yours is all gold at the moment.
so I can change the gold piece to 9, copper to 50?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, I thought it was. Oh, she paid 50. Okay.
Yeah, she paid for
Or you
that.
could just do 5 silver.
Yeah, it's up to you.
You
If you
do
want to
not
have
have
50 copper or 5
copper
silver.
coins.
Yeah. Make your pockets a little lighter.
Sounds more impressive when you're walking with the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't want to sound impressive in a place like this.
Yeah,
You might.
people
A
like
place
that.
like this? What do you mean?
I'm just saying.
In
It's
her
a beautiful
hometown.
town.
Yeah, during the day.
It's
There are
a wonderful
little
day
park
walk down the
benches
road.
that are sprawled
Dude, I have seen the type of people in that tavern. They are
Yeah, I've
ugly.
seen the kind of people in that tavern
You
there.
mean the traveling merchants who have apples?
Oh, no.
Was there dried fruit in the store too? Because I'll probably get some of that.
Not in the butcher. I'm gonna
I thought oh. I didn't no, I was in the butcher's area.
Yeah, you were in the butcher, which is like the closest to me. The bakery is right on the other side.
They like some
So you're here.
Okay.
The butcher is here. They're probably
No,
like
the
drive-throughs
butcher's right there.
Yeah, butcher here. Sorry, bakery here. And then they're probably like dried fruits or something along there.
Okay.
And then they have fresh fruit.
We get some dried fruit.
But then what
Right.
do they do with the same
It's
fruit?
probably
Make them
about the
so
same price.
prominent?
for-
Or maybe it's an intense hatred that he
25.
shows.
Give me
that
another
he
25?
likes
Okay.
the dead ones.
Do you
Make sure you write it down.
arrows or their own
I
ammo?
just gotta
Bolts?
write
Okay.
fine.
Yeah,
And what's
make
the
sure you
thing
write
you
down
do?
that you have the
Oh yeah, I should do that too.
25,
So,
I know what?
They're heavier and they don't have feathers. So they don't have the feathers.
Oh, okay.
Big.
What's that, bolts?
bacon jerky and then dried fruit.
Sometimes they have fletches.
What kind of fruit do you want?
Not the same.
It's basically a normal fruit that, yeah.
Wobbly.
Okay, yeah.
I like
Chocolate.
What would you like?
coffee milk.
I want a new holy symbol.
Alright.
And so I'm going to the 3 places where I think I can get a new holy symbol.
Alright.
I want a golden fist.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
They don't seem to have any there. All of theirs are of Owen.
Yeah.
Don't have any of Owen.
A fist.
No. Chris, when I saw one that was looking similar, but it's not golden.
I said the golden fist, right?
Just have the golden hand.
Golden.
Wait.
The golden hand is what
Yeah, that's what I
Okay,
was-
good. I was concerned
I just,
for a second.
that is a different deity
Okay,
in
I was
D&D who's
confused.
very evil.
No,
So
evil.
This,
I was
this is
concerned.
actually also an evil deity.
Yeah,
I was concerned.
But,
he's just ambitious.
heck no.
Yeah.
This is actually the evil
He
deity
looks
right
funny.
there.
Yeah, he looks
Edgy.
peaceful.
Yeah.
Not evil.
They
So you
didn't
want to have as your
I
neighbor.
just had the page open and I did not look at what Odin's was. They didn't have any that are up this. Okay. Yeah, all of the ones they have are closer to an eye. It's a blue symbol or it's
Yeah,
silver with a blue symbol. So they do not have any there.
I can give a commission and then blessed. I don't know how much that would cost.
Because it was so long, I doubt Owen would be that far. You go out and try and catch up with him.
I'm going to the jeweler next.
Okay, where is Owen going?
I don't know. Where would they sell a hand crossbow? Because I'm trying to upgrade to that.
Probably either blacksmith or the woodcarvers.
I'll go to the wood carver because, you know, that
They probably like
that's
work
them,
together
that's
on
probably,
it. Yeah. Okay. I don't know the prices of anything.
I'm not sure how much. I might not even have. I don't know how much wood carver. So.
We'll go ahead and do the jeweler.
Cool.
They very quickly. I don't have a plan for what the jeweler is like right now, but they don't have any.
I just want 4 gold
Yeah.
bagels.
They said they could. What material do you want them made of?
If I don't want gold, because gold's
Right.
expensive. But something similar. Something that looks like gold but is not expensive. Because I'm a kid.
I'm just a kid who's 4.
You're 4? I thought you were like.
So like a brass maybe,
Okay.
or like gold plating. Even gold plating's not super expensive.
Yeah, Drew.
Only a
hand
4-year-old.
crossbows would be 75 gold pieces.
You know what? I think I might not be able to buy that.
Only a 4-year-old could hit that good of a shot earlier. Come on.
Dang. That's true.
Trying to find.
Yeah. And you are a Sith.
I'm just trying to find like a general price of what something would be. Like an unenchanted bracelet. I'm having trouble finding prices for some mundane goods. Thank you, Reddit. We love you.
No, I don't really.
I'm never gonna find it on there.
You could do the find thing, find some page.
It wouldn't even load the entire page.
Have you considered having a better connection?
That's not why.
It wasn't why, yeah. It's because I'm on my phone.
Reddit's mobile is.
Right.
Just request
Two
this
breeds.
stuff.
Yeah. So they said it would probably be about a silver each.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll definitely do that. And
Yeah.
knowing the price of that, could I get chains
They
attached to
said
it?
they'd probably just make it up to like 2 silver,
Per-
but
Fine.
they also say because it's
Oh,
brass
yeah,
and it's metal
6.
work, they're very much used to fitting with gems, and they work with the blacksmith. So if anything, they would say talk to him before coming back to them and having a price done, because like they do a lot of engraving into stuff, but they have the blacksmith make most of the stuff.
Cool. Yeah, I'll go there next time.
So
And I'm just gonna commission the bracelets, and I'm gonna pay for it myself.
Well, you don't want to have it be something
Abby,
ambitious.
after getting your dried fruit, where are you going? Are you gonna go visit your parents?
No,
Visit your parents? You should go visit your parents.
Nonsense.
no.
See, she
I
understands.
don't want to see my parents.
You hear that?
Drew, they tell you the price of how much that hand crossbow would be.
Well, this is awkward.
Yeah. And they just kind of smile and acknowledge, they tell you. It's,
She has a
we
sparkle on her
understand,
face now.
they understand that you're a child, kind of.
I am the
So-
I
child.
cannot believe it.
It takes some time to get the money for it. But eventually you might be able
There it
to.
is.
Where are you going to go after that?
It's not
That's a
like
good question.
See, why is it only showing up at certain points?
I
Only when you look at certain angles.
I'll
Doran did tell you he is going to the blacksmith.
okay, I'll head there too.
Are you upset?
Try and
So,
No,
meet up with
You
them.
both-
I have a mustache on my face.
on his eyes.
It's actually on my nose.
What? You guys go into the blacksmith,
No one knows why.
and he immediately recognizes Owen, and he,
What? I'm grabbing a cookie.
you're fine.
He recognizes you.
Yeah, the blacksmith recognizes you. I wonder why. Where did my little booklet go?
Hey!
That apple guy.
The apple guy. That is my
In
defining
his-
quality.
His Irish accent that I cannot remember how he sounded at all at the moment. He starts talking about how he sent you something. It's at the post office. You really should pick it up. You're gonna love it. And then he addresses you and
You got something from Shumps?
from the blacksmith who commissioned his arm.
Yeah.
He looks at you and how can I help you?
I go through the whole
Okay.
thing that I've said
Um,
in both other places.
He does ask, are you guys friends? Do you know each other?
I've
Did you
never
meet
seen
my
this man
daughter?
before in my life.
You could
Have
say
you met my daughter?
yes.
Like,
Have you been to the
have you guys
squad
ever-
district?
or my daughter, I know
Oh,
they make
wrong
groups at the school.
Yeah, she's actually in town today.
Oh,
Welcome to our village.
maybe she'll come by. Are you guys in her group? Are you in a different group?
Oh yeah, we're in the same group.
Yeah?
Let it go into all the
Well,
talking.
I mean, if you guys are in the same group, and is this a thing for all 4 of you? I mean,
Yes.
yeah? Well, that's great.
Well, the
Here.
bracelet is. I need something else commissioned for me.
Alright, well, yeah, for the bracelets, let's...
Well, yeah, I can make a bracelet.
It's actually going to be our calling card.
That's awesome!
Irish and Scandinavian are very different.
Please hit him. Please. Yeah, he says, yeah, if you guys are friends with Shump, Shump's gonna be wearing one of them, so you only have to pay for 3 of them. It's just gonna be 6 silver instead. I mean, she's my daughter, it's fine. And then you go through this holy symbol, and I can
Do it like, I want to like this.
definitely do that.
But
Do it
What would
this.
you like to
Dimension
do?
Like this, holding
Okay,
it out.
yeah.
Yes.
Holding an apple. Well, yeah, because you don't want to be like aggressive, like hinting towards those
I want
kind of
this thing.
symbols. But you also want it to represent your party.
How much that?
if I have enough gold.
Yeah, he's like
I
the
want
main
this
person
thing.
in the party. It's
How
not like
big
someone
do you
else
want
has been
it?
doing all of the talking.
Not big, like
Okay.
that big.
And if it's gonna be
Often
2D,
doesn't
it's
solve problems.
Yeah, it's just going to be an
Yeah,
embossed,
but
embossed like
Right.
One
half
of those,
inch thick
hitting your teammate in the shoulder with a nice shirt.
plate.
Does that solve anything?
Yeah,
He immediately looks excited and
I made it so I didn't have to shoot
He-
at
I got
people
so many
anymore.
sixes.
Because these
And
work
I can
if-
do this
Yes.
pretty easily. It
It's all
won't be
right.
entirely gold. I'll put a
That's
little bit of a thin plate in the middle and then coat it
Don't
in
worry,
gold.
it's
So
very
that
bad at aiming.
that way it's a little more sturdy. If you're gonna be a battle, it's not gonna break. I'd probably say 6 gold for the whole thing.
I can do that. And
Ready?
could you get it
I'm going to attack
blessed
it.
for me?
I can have it out there.
I'm
It'll
going to
probably
attack it.
be another gold because I have to pay them to do it.
I don't know. That's a 12.
Oh,
See, because I have an armor class of 11. I think I hit it.
I literally was nothing.
Sorry, we were talking
It's
about
alright, I was talking to Shane.
attacking.
We're talking about
You're busy talking about technical.
Yeah,
I was
so-
trying to avoid what was about to
Doran's
happen.
very excitedly talking.
That was
I'm
a lot
probably
of
very excited.
Meanwhile,
He's just
And he makes a deal with
daydreaming.
Jerry.
And I'll pick it up next week.
And I would say Jerry, he is a dwarf. He's not the orc. Yeah. Owen, are you going to talk to him at all or no?
I am going to go to the post office.
Alright.
I'll talk to him when I get back.
Are you going with him, Doran, or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
I'm gonna go back to the carriage.
Can you go back to the carriage? Are you just gonna sit there and wait?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Shop
How much wood was I
Where
getting?
were you going?
Can you chuck it?
How much wood was he getting?
We'll head back to the
Oh, how much were you given? It was probably like mostly flat sticks or bark because it's pieces that they cut off for larger projects, but they're still very much carvable and usable. Like you could make little knickknacks out of it, stuff like that.
Like leaves.
Yeah. Shop, where are you going? Huh? Where are you going? I'm going
Me.
to the cart. No!
Okay, dude, you have a mascot.
I know.
Okay, so you two are going to the post office. They're already sitting in the cart.
We'll be right there.
Oh,
Zoe.
hey, Sean. Oh, we talked to your dad earlier. He said that you would go visit him, you know, just to be nice.
Yeah, he did tell you that the bracelets would probably be done within a couple of days because he hasn't been having many projects. The holy symbol would probably take a month or so because they have a lot of things that keep being asked to bless. And also, they don't bless things very often, so they just...
Then, knowing that, I can probably get the cleric to do it up. I can probably get my
Probably.
teacher to do it, so I'm just gonna...
Do you
I'll
trust
pick
him?
it up next week. Yeah, I trust him to do
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
I don't trust him to teach the rest of the students anything. I trust him to bless my symbol.
Alright, yeah, so it'd probably be one less than if they're not blessing us.
Yeah, you gotta go back.
Yeah, you can roll that.
Yeah,
Owen,
the trade.
when you get there, you find a package that's probably about that long. It's, you open it. I'm assuming you're opening it here when you get it, or you're gonna wait to open it.
I mean, I'll open it here when I'm...
Yeah, you open it, and even shinier than the one you already have. It looks almost the exact same, but you have a new and better prosthetic arm that has an explanation of how to put it back on, take it off.
You didn't know how to take it off before?
Well, he did, but it's a new one. It's just secured a little bit better.
It's better for harming people.
It functions a lot easier. The fingers are a lot easier to move than the other one.
Ooh.
This one's it's like getting a new computer mouse or like a new game controller.
Oh, okay. I was
Where
thinking, it's like a mouse.
Yeah, I realized you don't have.
Is it like a computer mouse?
It's like getting a new controller that's
Yeah.
really touchy on the
Okay.
controls, and you're not used to it yet. So it takes a little bit, but you'll be fine. It's just gonna. Oh, I want to pick this thing up. I'm gonna grab it a little hard than normal.
All those apples. Those poor apples.
I'm going to use sleight of hand to pickpocket. Uh-oh.
You have two hands.
Yes, but I
Use
need
the other one.
Yeah, but he has 2 pockets he's pickpocketing. Oh, that was a
Oh
There are 2 very rich twins in your class, so I'm surprised you haven't yet.
I mean, what
You have successfully crushed
Right.
his leg.
Oh, okay, get it down. Hey, high five!
I don't think our teachers care about what we
But
do.
to be
It's mostly the grip that's too
Yeah, I
touchy,
know.
or like when you're moving your wrist
Yeah,
back and
a
forth.
high five would indeed.
Right.
I mean, aside from that.
To be fair, if you
Yeah.
pickpocket someone in front of your teacher,
I
that
mean,
could be bad.
that would be.
But you did still get seen.
So after the post office, are you guys getting in the cart then and going?
Was there anything for me? No. I didn't think so.
Here's the other one that had some.
Might as well ask.
Hey.
Yeah, you got the army you just got.
Yeah, I know, but surprise! I was the only one who got them. Okay.
Parents are in town. I don't know about them.
His parents are not in town.
Oh, my shoulders
Oh,
hurt.
my parents are way over here.
Yeah.
Well, they were. I have no
They
idea.
actually might not be in that town.
My parents just move around.
Right.
I
Yeah,
was just being ominous.
I've probably lived all over the world.
probably. You've been in the capital a lot.
Yeah.
So you guys head back to the tree. It's probably mid-afternoon, so you get back and supper is ready.
Oh.
She's putting away lunch, like,
Wow.
and getting like setting out plates of supper, and stuff like that. Lunch was basically just leftovers again. Some of it's still the same food that she's just trying to keep it warm. Yeah, there's still brisket. She made a lot of brisket. She made a lot of
Well, let's
so
make
many
sure
of
that
the
doesn't go to waste.
So most of the students are eating a
Let's get
lot.
apples.
Yes.
They're eating a lot of
Apple
food.
glaze for school.
They're very much
Yeah.
trying to get their fill before the next day of school. And that is where we are going to end our session.
It's only been 3 hours.
Yeah, it has been 3 hours, and I'm only ending it here. I have another day planned, but I'm only ending it here because my voice is dying now.
Wow, it's not like you've been talking the entire time. Why is your voice dying?